Okay, there we go. You're gonna like it.
Alright.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot to share screens. I'm smart. I swear. I swear.
Nice.
You like it?
Yeah. Alright. So.
Okay. So, can you see the game?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Alright. So, let me tell you something right now.
Yes.
You are at a very vital point in the game. You have been introduced to every route, and you're not at the point where you can, like, pick any of them yet, but you're extremely close. So you need to be really careful starting from now, because you could get locked in a route very quickly, starting from where you are.
Okay, I'm right here. Right when we're in my room. Right after,
Right.
you know, was it after our run or after our fun little meeting with Kenji?
After you guys had a little talk in the shower. Man to man. Man on man.
With a leaf, for some reason. Don't worry, we still have McCree in the corner defending us.
Christian game. Come on.
Okay. This is... that is the time I will never get back. I will get him for this somehow. But right now, I have to get to class. I'm the first person in class today, although I think I'm a little too early. Then again, sitting here alone for 20 minutes sure beats having to suffer that time with Kenji.
That's mean.
The combination of fatigue, frustration, and boredom starts making me feel very tired. I black out for a second, waking up when my head hits the surface of my desk. Ow! Oh man, I can't believe I fell asleep.
Hey, Midoriya.
Yes, Mr. Aizawa?
Why are you here early, you nerd?
Well, I kind of ran
Told you
in.
to make a friend.
I tried to, but he kind of wanted to borrow money from me and not give me any pizza. You know Kenji, don't you?
The hell is a Kenji?
Oh, he's some blind guy. He's kind of mean. Let's see.
The blonde-haired chick with the nice rack.
Rubbing my forehead, I realize this is as good a reason to stay up as any for now and stop coming to class so early later. Eventually I hear a tapping noise outside in the hallway and Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. She's not in this class, so she must have some other business. Maybe she was looking for Hanako. Lily stops at the door, looking hesitant as if she was a vampire who can't come in unless invited. I consider doing so because she looks rather lonesome standing there. She steps in of her own accord, though, after straightening her skirt and shirt collar as if it was important to look prim when entering our classroom.
Excuse me.
She calls into the quiet classroom with a probing, delicate voice. So I realize the silence must unnerve her because of her blindness, so I break it. Good morning, Lily.
Isao, good morning. I didn't hear you come in.
Oh, well, I've kind of been here this whole time. You just didn't see me.
Fuck you, Isao. I'll poke your damn eyes out.
Then try. At that, well, I mean, I guess I'd be as blind as a bat then. But
Hey, Isao. Is this Kenji? Hi, Kenji.
Mr. Aizawa, this is Lily.
I thought you said the blind one is a Kenji.
There's more than one blind person in this school, Mr. Aizawa. Don't be so insensitive.
What? More than one?
And I think you're one of them.
Words hurt. Take your words hurt.
Don't you hurt me with words all the time, though, Mr. Aizawa?
Shut up, Midoriya.
See, just like that. I wonder if she thinks it's suspicious I didn't say anything to her before. It's likely. If I were to tell too big a lie now, it would sink me. Well, I was already here just asleep until now. Oh, hey, Dawn. You didn't miss nuts. We just got to work.
Hudson confessed his love to me on stream, actually. You missed that.
Bullshit. Go back and watch the stream.
Oh, have you seen Hanako today, by any chance?
No, she seems to only come in just before the bell rings, or after that. Do you want me to tell her something for you?
No, it's fine. It's strange. I think we're the only two people in the school right now. I didn't hear anyone else on my way here. I felt like that deaf bitch.
I guess I shouldn't have gotten up so early today, I guess.
You're chastising yourself for doing something that other people should. Punctuality is a good thing. I think so anyway.
Do you see what Dawn just said in the chat?
It's tomorrow.
Yes, it's tomorrow. Even though tomorrow we're not playing this. We're not going to be... He'll be in the stream, but we won't be in a call because I've got big plans for a game I'm playing tomorrow.
It's a very busy morning today. The festival is coming up soon, and today is the deadline for event registration, budget reports, and any other official paperwork. It could be that everyone is trying to complete the necessary forms at the last minute. Maybe that's why it's so quiet today.
Hi!
Oh, great.
All Might pops into the room with Midnight as if on cue, shouting with a loudness that makes Lily visibly flinch. I guess that kind of fits considering you said, oh, great.
Look at the chat.
I think I'm gonna have to let... I think Simple here's the bride, not me.
Hi.
Are you are you Hanako now?
Hi.
You're gonna make me choke on my Mountain Dew. Hi, young Midoriya. Hi. Look, it's the class representative. Hello! Lily smiles, probably amused by All Might's or Midnight's use of the word look.
Fucking bitch. Good morning.
Just slightly under your breath. Fucking bitch. Oh, good morning. Just casually, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Lily's a smooth operator.
Dot, 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 dot. Of course, you're not the representative of this class, right? Right. Maybe? I don't know. Ah, ah.
I'm not.
Lily seems a bit more guarded in her answers to Midnight than she was with me the other day. I guess they really don't get along at all. So she just said she was going to carry your train on your dress.
It's beautiful.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm sorry, I made...
That's beautiful.
All the fan art. Now I have two ships. Now it's me and my buddy Luke, and now it's me and you. Are people just shipping me with everyone?
To be fair, I started this as a joke, and I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping.
Well, there's already Hudlin, so what would you call the ship, our ship, then?
Well, a lot of people call me Joe, so we can be Ho.
That's horrible.
The power couple Ho.
She said, or is this one of those Star Store McCree wedding outfits? If so, I call Flower Girl.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be wearing McCree's white outfit to the wedding.
You still gotta have the train, though.
Of course.
And you have to carry a flower shooting 6-shooter. Because that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Then I realized that Lily might actually not know. Midnight is present and she's trying to detect whether or not she is, to know who she is talking to. She just said, "Ho, I ship it."
Woo!
Oh my god.
Go Ho! Go Ho!
Yo ho?
Yeah.
Oh my god. For all she knows, she's talking to All Might. But knowing that she and Midnight are practically inseparable, she might expect Midnight being the one that actually talks. The fan art's about to get horrible, isn't it? People are gonna... If my channel gets big, one day people are gonna come back to this stream and all the fan art. It's just gonna be me. It's just gonna be my icon. I picked a really detailed version of me or my icon with a McCree.
Hudson Senpai.
Oh my god.
Yamete. Okay.
This is horrible. Damn. How complicated. He can shoot the bouquet of flowers at the attendees.
The game is on to us. This is getting pretty complicated.
I decided to help Lily out, for my own peace of mind more than anything else. You're here early, Midnight. You're here even earlier than us. All Might puffs out her cheeks angrily. Why is she getting angry? Does she feel emotions on Midnight's behalf too? Oh god, now she's angry All Might. That's not good. No one wants an angry All Might. He's scary. It's not that weird though that Midnight didn't like my little comment. It's true. I was here earlier than them, so me saying something like that could definitely be misinterpreted as anything, especially to Midnight, who doesn't have the benefit of hearing tone to gauge intent. Before I can start weighing whether or not I should apologize, Midnight has already moved on. Happy face. And someone, that's one of my buddies, and he just called me a baka. Class rep! It's a good thing you're here. We have to talk. The festival is coming up in 3 days, right? Every other class has already handed in their projected budget reports for their events, even the first years, except you. Ha 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 ha!
There's still time to hand it in, isn't there?
Today! The deadline is today. You're certainly taking your time, aren't you? If I had it my way, I'd have all the necessary paperwork days ago. But someone had to say the deadline. Please extend it.
I'm sorry I can't write. I'm fucking blind, you bitch. Yes, that was me. Planning something on this scale is not a small task, and a week is Too small a time frame to expect a whole class to work out such a complex issue completely.
Thanks, Alex, for that. And I just do my thing, and I got my buddy Simple here, and we do the things, all the things.
We're ho.
Yes, apparently now we're ho. God damn it. Do you want to know what's harder than distributing the funds for one's class event? Handling the same matter for every class in the school and then some. The one who does that is me. All Might puts her hands on her hips and stands up straight. Wow, she's really getting into the role. Lily doesn't look like she's very amused, though. Hey, Midnight, aren't you being a little too hard on her? There's still a whole day left. This is the truth. Alex.
Please, Isao. It's all right.
Lily seems happy I'm taking her side, but a bit conflicted that I might not think she can take care of herself. I don't like Midnight already. She's starting to get on my nerves. Like her personality.
You and me both, brother.
Hey Lily, what do you think of Midnight? Or she's in it.
I think she's a straight up whore.
I would kind of agree.
If this is about budget, then I'm disappointed you think I have forgotten about it. I understand how important it is.
Then, can I have it, please? Midnight, she might not have it on her at this exact second.
It's not here right now. I asked 2 students to take care of it for me. Students from my class. Class. That's something you don't have. Bitch.
I think someone's gonna need some aloe for that burn. She emphasizes the last sentence way much to my surprise. She knows about Midnight and All Might's efforts to rope me into the student council. I guess word must have gotten around, so now she's using me as ammo against Midnight. This just gets better and better. It was your responsibility. A budget report isn't something you should just delegate away. As class rep, it's your job to be on top of things. This kind of disregard for proper procedure is really just terrible. See you later, Alex.
They completed it, being capable of doing so, but the students have been sick recently, so they couldn't come back to school and give it to me. If you want, I will apologize on their behalf for getting sick.
So Shizune is expecting a apology for people getting sick.
Dude, I love them turning up the sass on Lily.
Well, it's kind of the personality that she's giving right now, isn't it? She's giving sass to those 2 girls. Okay. Even though All Might misses Lily's little jab entirely, Midnight doesn't, and she seems torn between being offended by Lily's daring and jumping for joy at the prospect of a challenge.
Thanks, Don.
Hashtag ho. Oh my god. I sense fan art coming. Since you drew me as Midoriya, All Might as Girl All Might, and yourself as Aizawa, I'm sensing fan art coming. I hear the gears.
Midoriya and Aizawa? Wait, I called him Jozawa, that's right. Hidoriya and Jozawa? Oh no. Oh.
Here comes the fan art. Lily, don't they live here at the school? That's a 5-minute walk, you know. What couldn't they possibly have that prevents them from taking 5 minutes out of their busy lives to drop something off that will affect the enjoyment of their entire class?
I'm from a class of blind people, they can't see.
Lily opens her mouth to say something, but Midnight closes the gap between them and starts signing furiously, waving her hands out like an orchestra conductor. Midnight tries her best to convey the same passion, but can't seem to lose her normal cheerful turn. The result is interesting and somewhat surreal. And what's with that attitude? I said that it's not something you should delegate away. Why are you the class rep or aren't you? Tell me the names of those 2 students. They should have your job if you can't even handle something this simple yourself. Ha ha ha. Hashtag Ho for life. Ugh.
Their names are Hudson and Joe. One form isn't the full extent of what I am supposed to take care of. Shizune.
Lily's tone is growing slightly impatient. You even conveyed that right, oh my god. But she's doing a good job of not letting Midnight see how unsettled she is becoming. She's playing her cards close to her chest. Midnight, on the other hand, wraps her fingers cheerfully along the edge of her glasses, knowing Lily can neither hear nor see how excited she is. Of course! You do so much, class rep. It must be so difficult being you. Lily tightens her lip at All Might's words, clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though All Might delivers them without a hint of sarcasm, which they were meant to have. I had to give the sarcasm. Midnight and Lily don't like each other, that much is clear, but this seems a little much. It seems like Lily has had enough and is ready to push back. Oh, dude!
Objection!
Dude, that's really cool!
I was actually just discussing the budget before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you can track me down to make sure I don't forget my own.
Dude, do you hear the music in the stream?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's so intimidating.
I imagine this, like, the reason I'm reading it so fast, like, I'm imagining, like, Ace Attorney, you know, like, back and forth. Objection!
Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems like you're confusing me with yourself!
I don't think so. That would be very difficult for me to do, comparing myself to you, since you look like a bitch.
You're right. The difference between us is like heaven and hell.
And it's not hard to guess which one you might represent.
Oh! The air between them ripples with the heat of their humidity. Well, not really. They can't disguise it anymore, though even All Might looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation. Dude, seriously. That is so cool looking. Like with the sparks and everything everywhere.
Yeah, it's like my favorite piece of CG from this game.
Dude, it actually she looks like an evil villain, doesn't she?
Yeah, it really does.
Like she doesn't. She looks like the hero about to fight the villain. I really like that. That's so well drawn. Young Midoriya, don't you slack off either. What are you talking about? Aren't you taking part in the festival, young Midoriya? You are, aren't you? Then I hope you're going to do a lot more to make sure it goes smoothly than this person.
I heard that. Alright, 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 alright. The important decision time.
Let me save. Because, you know, all the important steps need to be saved. I don't understand why Midnight is suddenly getting mad at me. Well, I like her.
So they're being a bit of a bitch, isn't she? I'm not.
Well, honestly, I have to agree with that because Shizune is acting really mean, and Lily seems very innocent compared to her because Lily hasn't tried to rope me into anything yet. You know, she's been generally really nice to me, you know, since I met her.
Right.
Where Shizune has been nothing but condescending towards me.
Oh, Chuni's streaming.
He's streaming too? Oh, he is. Oh, yeah, I saw that he got that game. I'm not shocked. I know he's obsessed with Little Witch.
He got mad at me for trying to loot them.
To try to loot from looting Little Witch?
Yeah. Because I asked how old they were.
Oh, no.
He's like 13. I'm like, alright, I gotta go do God's work.
Oh.
Looks like Dawn's on Lily's side too.
Yeah, I would too, because seriously. Like, well, technically, Billy, I haven't done Jack, honestly. You know that? Like, I helped, what was her name? The redhead chick. The armless chick.
Rin?
Yeah. Or was it Ray?
It was Rin.
Okay. Yeah, I helped Ren out, but other than that, I didn't do much, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna go with Lily. Hey, I'm the new guy, remember? It's not like I could have done much, even if I wanted.
That's right. You shouldn't expect a transfer student to jump right into it on his first week.
Thanks for taking my side, Lily. I really appreciate it.
Shut up, peace out. Grown-ups are talking. Oh.
Lily's taking... Lily taking my side feels oddly comforting, so I decided to back her up too. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with us both. Excuses, excuses. Miss Class Rep has had plenty of time to deal with her report. And we repeatedly offered you a position to help with the student council work, but you refused to commit yourself to making this festival a success. Well, I don't really know much about this school. I haven't been here more than a week.
I heard there's something called a Kenji and it's naked.
Don't bring that up.
Midoriya, that one has glasses. Is that a Kenji?
Kenji does have glasses, but that's not a Kenji. A Kenji's a guy.
How do you know?
I live next to the guy.
Have you seen everything?
More than I've wanted to.
My man.
That's horrible. Yeah, but as I said back then, I'm not sure if... I don't have time for this right now. No matter what I do, it means being drawn into a confrontation with Midnight. And that is what she wants. Whatever, forget it. I turn my back at them. Lily, class is going to be starting soon, so we can talk more later. I'll tell Hanako you were looking for her. I can feel Midnight freezing. Maybe this is the first time she's ever been ignored in such a blunt manner. Oh no.
Thank you, Isao. Thank you, really. I'll leave now, then.
She gives me the sweetest smile I've seen all week and turns on her heels to make her exit. As soon as Lily walks out the door, I suddenly start feeling reluctant about turning to face Midnight. I can feel her eyes burning into my back, and I can't bring myself to look at her. She must be furious. I I keep expecting All Might to say something to alleviate the tension, but it is really wanting too much. In the end, I go back to my seat and listen to the sound of Midnight's footsteps as she marches out of the room. She doesn't return until a few minutes before class. Hanako doesn't come in to the morning class, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I had to tell her that Lily was looking for her if I see her later. After the events of this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn the pages of my textbook lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do, despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. Then the clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes. Instead of opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book, the rhythmic clashing of chalk on the blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, even though they're right in the textbook. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with crowding in the hallways. I notice Midnight and All Might have also stayed behind, talking to someone from another class. Midnight's signing so fast that our hands make noise like swords cutting through the air. No, it sounds like Power Rangers. Maybe there's pent-up anger in there. All Might is trying desperately to keep up with her, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing, it looks like serious business. Midnight signs to the point where her wrists crack. Oh no. That's horrible. And All Might struggles to spit it out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself like she's dealing with tongue twisters, and then on top of that, she has to sign back anything the other girl says. Seems like a rough job. All Might looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished and the girls sit down in their seats again. I'm so tired. She's hanging her head limply on her desk, looking exhausted. I use the opportunity to reconcile with Midnight a bit without getting roped into the student council thing again, although I suspect the door for that is now closed for me. Festival preparation must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in this school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling around before and after class, they're always talking about their plan story. It seems kind of neat to see everybody being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do.
Nerd.
Midnight scoffs at me first, as if trying to decide whether to ignore or sneer at me, but in the end she starts signing without doing either. All Might perks up, looking at her hands with slight, unfocused eyes. She signs with harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes. All Might translate her signing into speech for me. She does it so well that it's almost like Midnight is actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through All Might. She must have practiced it vigorously. Well, of course, we're in the student council, so we're pretty busy. It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of the festival with all of our strength plus ultra. Ha ha ha! We would shame ourselves in front of the past student council generations if the festival were to fail. That's why there must be no flaws, I think it was incomprehenses. No, nothing that might make the festival short of perfect. Apparently, Dawn's picking out our wedding colors.
White is right.
I'll take blue. Despite wearing a lot of black, I prefer blue. Midnight's passionate speech and All Might's enacting are really oddly fitting for them. Oh, hello! Hey look, it's Hanako. I'm late for class. Oh no. I look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly into the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door. Hey, playing delinquent again. Hanako blushes hard at Alma's straightforward jab, even if it was only in jest. Midnight stares at her probingly, causing Hanako to look down and start backing away to the point where only her fingers can be seen wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's showing her dislike of Hanako by association of her dislike for Lily. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. What is it, Hanako?
Has Lily been here?
Sorry, haven't seen Sato. She, came by in the morning, though. Navy blue and velvet gray. Oh my god.
Oh no.
It's just getting worse, isn't it? I'm gonna have to tell the other guy that I've been shipped with and be like, apparently I've been shipped with someone else. He's probably, I'm expecting, why do I want fan art? I can see a picture in my head of him and you, and then me in the middle of it, you two yelling at each other and me just like Hanako like, oh man. I can see it in my mind. Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Midnight, who stares back at her with her usual studying gaze. What is she trying to do? And Silver, apparently. Of course, Midnight isn't going to look away, and she is intimidating enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It is a little uncomfortable watching Hanako's reaction to Midnight's normal behavior. This is what happens when two people of different extremes meet, it seems.
Do you know where she is?
If she has any sense in her head, she's in her classroom, working on their festival project, but who knows where that woman is loitering at. You need to find her? She was looking for you in the morning, but I guess you have missed each other. She waits a little without answering the simple question, looking awfully like she's not sure if it's proper to answer such a question.
Yeah.
Can't have a wedding without Silver. I can disagree with that. I disagree with that. I can come with you, if that's okay. Hanako nods. Fractionally. Still on her guard, her shoulders stiff like wood. I get the feeling that she might be more comfortable by herself after all, but it's too late to back off now. She has this really troubled expression she seems to wear almost constantly, one that makes me constantly be on guard with myself. I wonder why. I can kind of understand why she seems so wary, or more like why there could be a person like her. But I still have no idea how I should act around such a person. It's dinner time soon. What are you planning to eat with Lily? She nods slightly. So she must have been trying to get in the cafeteria. Well, there's something of a dinner crowd, just like the cafeteria is crowded during lunch. It's not as bad because dinner time is longer than lunch hour, but I can understand why Hanako could be discouraged from going in. Silver or gold, I'll let the bride choose.
Now, listen here. My favorite 6-shooter here is a nice, beautiful silver. I cherish silver.
Wow.
That wasn't even funny. That was just me being creepy. I realized halfway through, but I'm like, I can't stop. I'm already here.
No backing out now. Oh,
That's how I live most of my life, man.
that's horrible.
No backing out at this point.
Well, I'm already screwed. Let's see how far I can dig myself into a hole.
Yep.
I pick up my bag and we take our leave. Hanako skips a little to meet my initial pace, so I slow down to match her speed. Hey look, it's a creepy drawing. It doesn't take long for us to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hall. Silver it is. Oh, God. All the fan art. Just...
I just like imagine like whispers coming from that painting like, I can see your soul. Just, oh man, like what? I don't know what they were thinking with this art, like the paintings in the background.
Even though they drew such a beautiful scene between Shizune and Lily.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where all the budget went. It almost feels like we're going for a stroll together, something that I can't say I've ever really done before with a girl. Hanako
In 30
doesn't...
minutes, it's gonna devolve into stick figures.
Yes.
This stick figure has lines on it. This is Hanako.
This stick figure has no arms. This is Ren.
This stick figure's a bitch. It's Shizune.
This stick figure has twin tails.
It's Danny DeVito.
Aren't there two girls with twin tails, though? Technically? Okay, fine. This stick figure has curls. It's the bitch's translator. This stick figure has a ponytail. It's Lily. We decided to draw it without eyes since she's blind. That's horrible.
This stick figure has his wang hanging out. This is Kenji.
Hey, no. Well, no. For Danny DeVito, this stick figure has no legs.
Oh.
And twin tail. This stick figure has no legs and twin tails. This is Danny DeVito.
It'll look like this is a stick figure. It'll look like the legs were put on the head. Flower choices. I don't know flowers.
I don't either.
Hydronescence. Is that a flower?
It's hydrangeas.
Oh, that one.
Hanako doesn't
hydronescence.
Hanako doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing, though. Even though we are walking at the same pace, she never comes within arm's reach of me. I guess she's still a little uncomfortable around me. Given how shy she is, there doesn't seem to be much helping it, at least for now. By the time we arrive in the cafeteria, there's not much of a crowd there, but Lily is nowhere to be seen. Hanako's head sinks even lower than usual. Have you looked somewhere else already?
Just at the library. I was reading.
So she does spend the classes she skips at the library. Ah, so...
Look at her eye.
Huh?
Look at her face.
That is adorable. Even the way she has, like, her arms crossed near her heart, it's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't figured out which one yet is female you. Although I'm half thinking it's Ren.
You know, the persona I give off in real life could be very different from my online persona. That's all I'm gonna say.
So far, well, for what I can tell, you just love looting everything.
No. As long as they're under 50.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
That just made things
or
worse.
500 years old, Mr. FBI man. Or 500.
Are we talking about Dragon Lolly?
Oh boy, would you look at that Hydrogonosaurus.
Ravioli, don't loot the Dragon Lolly. This is getting worse. Ah, so not exactly a thorough search then. Well, if I had to guess, she'd be in her own class, like Midnight said, right?
Right.
Oh, look at her head.
Just covering her eye. With the slightest of nods, Hanako agrees with my reasoning. God, she's being so awkward. I'm a dick, oh my god!
Sorry.
It's like I need double-layered silk gloves with padding to even begin to interact with her. Some small type might help her become a bit more used to me. Excuse me. It isn't hard to tell that the silence between us is hovering on the edge of both of our minds.
I'm sorry for being so awkward, Isao. I didn't mean it.
So you and Lily usually hang out together after class, right? So she just said no flower. So no flowers? What about the guest list?
Tuning. And who else?
All the lollies ever.
Yeah. And I think that's it. Everyone we care about right there.
Wait, what about Scooter?
Oh, and Scooter. Of course, Scooter. He can be my ring bearer.
Oh, the fan. I'm just. My mind's just flashing with all kinds of fan art ideas. It's terrible. I need to find someone and professionally commission some of this stuff.
Look for someone. Just so that you have the right art style. Look for someone that specifically does yaoi.
Oh my god. I'm not.
I think Chuni knows someone who does yaoi.
I might have to talk to him a bit later and ask him to hook me up.
Hey, can you hook me up with that person that does yaoi?
He'll probably say why. I'll tell him. Apparently.
Particular reason.
No, I'll just be like, apparently I've been shipped with Simple. He'll go, oh. So you and Lily...
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I already said that one. There you go.
Yes.
I'm not quite sure what I expected from her answer, nor have I even asked why I even asked the question. That much was rather obvious, after all. She doesn't seem like the type to cultivate a social circle, either, so I suspect Lily may as well be her only friend. Must be a pain being in different classes, I'm guessing. She gives a sharp, almost reflexive nod compared to Lily's careful thought about her actions and speech. Hanako hastens to make her answers as prompt and short as possible.
Lily comes by the classroom, even when she's busy.
She gives a small smile when she... Aww! Her face! It's so cute, that smile! As she says it, evidently appreciating the fact that Lily goes out of her way to help her. It's pretty cute, really. There isn't really a need to say more, both of us content that the discussion has reached an end. As we ascend the stairs back to the lobby, where we are met by a group of students heading downstairs, like a school of fish moving from one feeding area to another. They seem to be keeping mostly to themselves, but before I can notice her doing so, Hanako has moved behind me. Aww.
Oh, my heart.
Hey, are you alright?
Just keep going, please.
If I don't choose her route, you know, this time around,
Right.
because I've got a bunch of save points where decisions were made, so I can say yes and no again just to backtrack.
Right. So, here, let me just give you some, like, meta advice right now. The only route that is not available to you anymore is, Midnight's route, Chizune.
She
It's
hates
the only
me.
one you're... Yeah. Well, she doesn't necessarily hate you, she just doesn't like you as much as she used to.
But if I backtrack and I clicked no, or if I clicked the other option, then she'd have more towards me.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And then you close a different set of routes.
One being Lily.
Yeah.
And possibly the Hanako route.
Yeah.
Let's see, the students pass us without as much as a second glance, and Hanako takes the position to my side again as we enter the building. Her momentary repressed from her anxiety, all but snatched away. Even as we climb towards the third floor, she doesn't seem to relax. It isn't as if I've ever known a shy person before, or even shy girls, but Hanako seems to be pretty far beyond what I'd call normal in her fear of other people. If it wasn't for Lily acting as a mediator, I doubt Hanako would even been able to walk beside me like this. She seems to completely shut down in the presence of others. The rest of the walk up to Lily's classroom continues in strained silence while I rue her inability to socialize at all. Wow! Sal, you're being a dick. Seriously.
I'm sorry, Sal. I'm so sorry.
Seriously, why is my character such a jerk? Hey look, it's the creepy painting again.
Because he's the master of romance, Isao.
H-Man is the man. He's our man. If he can't do it, well, someone else can. Because you're a dick! After we make our way up the stairs, the noise coming from Lily's classroom is audible from halfway down the hallway. I wasn't expecting such a din at all. Well, I guess we found her. This wasn't hard. Did Hanako come here first, then come back to me for backup, I wonder? Well, if that's true, at least she's starting to trust me a little. That can only be a good thing. Eventually, the two of us reach the door to class 3-2, with Hanako less than subtly, I can't talk tonight. I need to stop playing these kind of games, but I can't help it. They're fun. Plus, I love doing voices. Positioning herself behind me, I open the door. Inside is a hive of activity, seemingly every student in the class talking at once as they work hurriedly. Okay, we gotta do this, do that thing! Hurriedly on their separate tasks, going by the paint cans, decorations, and banners being made. It must be for the upcoming school festival. My first priority should be finding Lily. There. Finding her among the den is surprisingly easy, not at least because of her looks. Because a couple of students crowd around her, she stands in front of the class. She seems to be in charge of the preparations, or at least busy organizing them. Carefully navigating a path through the various students, hunched over on the floor for lack of desk space, I raise my hand entirely out of habit as we finally reach Lily. Hi, Lily! She perks her head up as she breaks off talking to a noticeably smaller girl who must have been her classmate, trying to listen as best she can. Alright.
Sorry. Who?
Ah, sorry. He's Sal. I have Hanako too.
God, why is there so much Hanako today?
Is it killing your voice?
Hi.
I wish we could go back to May. I want to, considering I haven't been able to do her voice much. She's pretty skittish considering the number of people around. It isn't too hard to work out why. Lily takes a moment's pause to assess the situation before turning to the other students once again.
For the moment, just ask Moria for his advice. Genji's busy with painting one of the banners already.
Oh great, he's here. As a quick nod, she bounces off, fingers carefully sliding along the wall surface for orientation. Wait, Kenji? That Kenji? I quickly turn about, leaning to the side to see past Hanako. Sure enough, in the corner of the room, Kenji's hunched over a sheet of cloth as he paints it. His eyes remain only inches from the brush, reminding me of how close he had to be to make out my face when I met him.
Sorry about that. Our class doesn't have many students with even partial eyesight, so they're in high demand. Oh God, Kenji's in high demand.
That's right. Class 3-2 was specifically for students with poor vision. Preparing for the festival must be a pretty arduous task for them. Need a hand? I could give you help if you need some. Maybe Hanako could too. A chance to set her mind on something would do her good, but I doubt she has the courage to ask outright. She quickly nods in front. affirmation afterwards. So I'm confident I made the right move. Lily gives a noticeable sign of relief.
Ah, that's good. This might actually get finished before everyone goes off to dinner now. Would you be able to help the person painting the main banner? It's a big task for him to do, but nobody else can help. I know how close you two are, Isao.
Kenji? Sure. She seems surprised that I'm...
about the shower.
She seems surprised that I know him. I can't really blame her.
I take it you've met? In the nude?
Our rooms in the dorm are right next to each other. Hard to miss each other, really.
Well, it's good to see you're getting friends so fast.
Oh my god. You're horrible.
Not horrible.
Friend. I wonder if that's the right word to use for him. Hanako's silence during the proceedings remind me of the reason I put her up to help in the first place. We'll go help him then. He knows... He knows what needs doing, right?
That's right. Just ask if you have any problems. We're blind, not deaf, like a certain bitch.
Chorusing in 10, Hanako and I began another trek across the classroom. Kenji sits crouched on the floor, his gaze sticks on the white calico in front of him. That's not suggestive at all. Hey, Kenji! No answer. He continues dragging his paint-soaked brush across the large half-painted kanji that's stretched on the sheet in pencil. Kenji? Huh? What? Who is it? If this is the way he treats class members, it's no wonder he's working on this alone. It's me, Hasao, from... Right. I know that man. What are you doing here, though? His dismissive attitude annoys me. He must be the type to really get focused on his work, hating to be disturbed by anyone until he's done, I suppose. While we talk, the sound of Hanako's footsteps as she walks out from behind me reminds me that she is here. Wow, Hanako, I forgot you were here.
Okay.
I was just going to help you with the banner. Hanako and I, that is. Hey, I guess that's okay. As soon as Hanako enters the equation, his demeanor takes a complete about face. His faux hospitality is slightly unsettling. Oh right, women. On second thought, this may not have been a great... Oh yeah.
Love, no thoughts.
I remember now. Him and his feminist conspiracy theories, right?
Yeah, boy. Kenji.
Ah! A close-up. Also, his glasses look really photoshopped on. You see that?
Yeah.
I just noticed that. They look very like they don't belong on his face. Hanako and I grudgingly sat ourselves down on the opposite sides of the cloth banner to Kenji, noting the several paint tins on the ground around it. Class 3-2. Noodle stall? You guys are selling noodles at the festival on Sunday. Yeah, some stalls outside. Or something. Or something? His non-communal nature sparks a fair amount of suspicion on my behalf. The task at hand comes first, though. So, how do you want to split this? We do borders while you do the text, or do you want to switch and do the borders? Text is mine. You do the borders. He has surprisingly strong feelings on the topic. As I reach over to grab a brush, I notice Hanako is already debating what between colors to use. By the time I put brush to cloth, she's already started on a delicate pattern Looks like my idea of taking her mind off everyone around her worked. With a dark blue stroke, the three of us silently get to work. Not before Kenji takes advantage of Hanako's working to lean towards me and whisper conspiratorially. There we go.
Okay, man. Why are you here?
Hanako just wanted some help to find Lily, that's all. He apparently disapproves of my motivations.
I get it. It looks like I misjudged you. You're infiltrating them, aren't you? Going deep undercover?
I should have guessed it. Letting the truth slip by him would probably be better than outright lying or annoying him in any case.
Is that why you're here? Obviously, it sucks. But there's no better way to get intel than going in yourself. We gotta stick together, man. This is a harsh school, a harsh world.
Yes.
My twisted world.
Very harsh. He misses my true meaning as he leans back, satisfied. I'm sympathetic to his cause. I better get down to work. I hate Kenji. He's so annoying.
Finished.
Looks like I am too. Good job. The two of us connect the lines of our patterns, mine being as close a copy as I could manage of hers. With a grunt, I lever myself up from the floor and look around. Aside from Hanako and myself, there's only Kenji left, finishing off a sign, as well as Lily and a couple of students talking amongst themselves in the classroom. Looking at my watch, it's no surprise, it's getting pretty late. Need a hand? I offer a hand to Hanako, which she uses to get herself up. As she does, but I can't help but glance at her wrists. If her scars extend even to there, just how much of her body was burnt. I feel a pang of guilt about it, however, she quickly covers her wrist with her other hand. Looks good, doesn't it? She looks surprised for a moment before noticing that I mean the banner.
It does, I guess.
Her smile shows, aww, the cuteness. Kill me. It's too cute. Her smile shows that she feels a slight sense of pride in the result, just as I do. With the floor significantly neater for the decorations being placed on the desk and the shelves, it's much easier to get to Lily as we cross the room. We finished the banner. I guess that's all that needs to be done. Lily gives an appreciative nod.
Thank you, Isao. Hanako, if there's any way I can thank you.
It's fine. Beats sitting in my room studying, at any rate.
I don't mind either.
She nods before suddenly remembering one last person.
Oh, is Kenji still here?
Just as I open my mouth, Kenji gives the answer from the other side of the room. Yeah, just finished! He carefully slides his sign into an empty section of the shelf to dry before quickly walking past us and out the door. See ya, man. Hey, look! Who decided to pop up? What's up, Junie?
Oh.
Random Junie. Bye. The remaining two students say their goodbyes to Lily before taking their cue to leave as well, leaving only the three of us. Well, I guess that's everyone.
I hope we don't have anything again. Fucking Kenji.
Working past school time?
Indeed, this class's plans were ambitious. Maybe too ambitious.
The stalls look nice though.
Is it just her voice or just her look? Is it her voice that gives you trouble, or just seeing her?
Oh, everything about Hanako, man. Hanako's my girl.
Well,
But I also hate that I'm doing her voice.
Well, you did choose her route, didn't you?
Yep.
So why do you hate that you're doing her voice?
Because I don't want to be my waifu.
You are your own waifu.
Well, I was happy doing her voice when it was Danny DeVito. But
You're
not
right.
this.
You're ready for her. You're waiting for her to come back, aren't you?
Yeah.
She's right.
That's all I wait for.
She's right. It shows a lot of work's gone into them. I think Junie just said worse. I think he's talking about Hanako.
Oh, what did he say?
He said worst in the chat.
Alright, Judy, right now. Alright, you and me meet up. Time, place, means of combat. I'm serious. We're throwing hands. Like right now. I will buy you the ticket. You can show up at my front door and we can throw hands. Then you can fly right back to where you came from in shame. My, I'm sure a lot of us would be glad to hear that. Yeah, hear about me kicking Chuni's ass. At least now there's not much work to do until the festival itself.
It's getting pretty late. Should we go?
That's probably a good idea. Are you going back to the dorms as well, Lisa?
Yeah, I guess I'll tag along. All that, and she's still gonna be the worst.
Oh boy!
How many I'm going to hide under my desk now to avoid the hand throwing. Oh, the hand.
Oh boy!
The nighttime lighting really makes the gardens look quite different. Compared to the usual look of the lush greenery, things look much more calm. Being that it's so late, the lack of students around probably helps. The odd one or two can seem scurrying to and from the dorms, trying to eat the most of their approaching curfews, but no more. All that can be heard is our footsteps in addition to Lily's cane regularly, gently tapping the ground in front of her. It's nice to be able to finally relax after the mad rush during school. Without noticing it, I let out a small yawn.
Let me just... Nani, did you just say to me, you little bucket? This Watashi, have you know Watashi graduated top of my class in the Navy SEALs, and Watashi have been involved in numerous secret raids on haters of anime and Hanako, and Watashi have over San Hyaku confirmed Kiru desu. Watashi was trained in anime warfare, and Watashi was top otaku in all of Nihon desu. You are nothing to Watashi but just another Tageto desu. Watashi will wipe you the fuck out for this precision with a like never been seen before on this sekai. Mark my words, desu. You think you could go away with that? Oh, talking to me like that over the internet? Desu? Think again, baka desu. As we speak. Watashi will contacting my secret network of spies across all of Nihon, and your IP is being traced right now. So you better prepare for the storm. Baka desu. Oh no, that hurts to read. I'm done with that. Alright. Tired?
I think you are after that rant.
Watashi, what did you say to me?
Yeah, still getting used to the flow of things, I guess. The thing with midnight took me kind of off guard, though. I grit my teeth a little at the candid moment of their rather public spat. That said, I do want to work out what I do want to sort out what in the world was behind it.
About that. She told me Hanako was a shit waifu. I'm sorry about it being so public. Shizune and I go back some ways.
Her voice seems slightly irritated as she remembers midnight, obviously unwilling to discuss it any further. I glance to Hanako for her views on this, but her expression is, unsurprisingly, evasive and difficult to read. Either way, I guess her apologizing for it is something, even though my curiosity goes unanswered.
I'll be glad once this festival is over, in any case.
The change of topics, welcome. Clearing the thickened air quickly. I can imagine. My old school festivals were a lot more low-key than this.
Yamako stresses the idea of a school community, so the staff likes to make our festivals and such special occasions. Pretty
And
hippies.
yep. What'd you say?
Nothing.
Something about hippies?
Yep.
And yet the students are the ones who do the work. What an unfair world. Lily and Hanako both chuckle in agreement, savoring the fact that none of the staff are around to hear our grumbling.
I suppose coming from a strict all-girls school helped me a bit with Yamako. Compared to them, Yamako is much more relaxed. Oh, I'm sorry, much more relaxed.
My ears are bleeding now, I hope you realize this. That'd go a way towards explaining her well-bred speech and behavior in any case. As we come up to the dormitories, it eventually comes time to leave for our respective rooms. See you later, Lily, Hanako. They both give polite nods before setting off to the women's dorms just next to the guys. As to be expected of such an arrangement, there is a staff member casually patrolling around outside to prevent any nighttime shenanigans. Walking past him, I quickly stretch my arms and rub my neck, both quite sore after having worked on the floor for so long before walking to my room. It feels good to actually have direction, though after so long in the hospital, the everyday facts of studying, homework, and teachers seem almost a blessing. I guess if things continue like this, my time at Yamaku may turn out okay. Adhering to the nurse's nagging voice in the back of my head, I set my alarm to wake me up early enough to go jogging again. It looks like you're going to get your chance to do Danny DeVito soon. I made a promise, and I'm going to keep it. Besides, Emmy, that was her name. Emmy is bound to rat on me if I don't show up. It's not all that bad. Hey look, we got the clock heart.
Oh man. What is it, I think? How many days are in the roots? I forgot.
I haven't even gotten into the roots yet. I've just closed doors.
This counts as kind of part of the roots, you know?
Well, this is the neutral route right now, isn't it?
Yeah, this is at, like, chapter 0.
My morning alarm goes off, and I flail about uselessly for a while until I remember that I decided to get morning runs another shot. Ah! I don't want to get up!
Stop being a bitch.
Mr. Isola, what are you doing in my room?
Shut up, Midoriya.
There was nowhere else to sleep.
You sound so cute when you're asleep.
Mr. Izawa, I'm calling the police.
Yeah, I would too.
I don't know if this was my greatest idea, but I'm determined. I'm filled with determination to keep going. This is about my health, after all. Sure, things haven't been great lately for me, but that hasn't made existence so intolerable that I'm going to try everything I can to stay healthy. Besides, it's all about assuring some kind of control over this thing, right? If I can manage that, well, I can manage anything. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Once again, it would appear that I'm not alone in my run. Emmy has apparently been there for some time. It looks like she's already worked up a good sweat.
Yes.
Just when the hell does she come down here anyway?
Oh, it's you.
Are you happy now?
I'm so happy. Emmy does what I do. 4 a.m. workouts, boy.
What kind of yaoi stuff did I walk into? That's what Chuni just said in the chat.
Oh boy, Shooty. It was a lot worse earlier, tell you what.
I blame you.
What? I'm just comfortable, man.
The fact that you started this thing.
Oh no. I
And
don't feel it. I don't feel anything towards guys, so I'm completely fine with making these jokes. It makes a lot of people uncomfortable, but I'm just completely fine with it.
It doesn't make me uncomfortable, it just pisses me off now that I have 2 ships under my belt.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chuni, remember the name Ho. It's gonna be big. Gonna be big.
All the fan art. I'm gonna have to make enough fan art of both my ships is gonna get made where I'm gonna have to start making videos I'm gonna have to start making videos again, and when I do, it's just gonna be showing off fan art. Oh god. And most of it's just gonna be thrown at me from you. Probably.
You should just make a video of every time I say something suspiciously gay. You
This-
get hours of content.
This stream is a Hiro Aka Fujashi's wet dream. Oh my god.
Alright, we moving on. I'm surprised to see you again.
Why's that?
Well, not many people actually manage to come back for a second try.
Oh my god. That's horrible. Why would they word it like that?
Most of them are one-pump chumps, you feeling me?
That's pretty gross, Emmy. She frowns, seemingly annoyed by a passing thought.
Like the rest of the track team, for instance. Still, it was only supposed to be on a volunteer basis, so it's not that big of a shock. And I guess it is pretty early in the morning.
A shrug, and it suddenly appears as if she's forgotten about what she was talking about. The frown disappears entirely, and she seems to snap back to her previous train of thought.
So come on then.
What?
You're here to run again, or right? A winky face.
I'm not surprised at the wink, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hmm?
Well, yes. That's really showing the either interest in me or just her over love for running.
So come on.
I find myself suddenly grabbed and yanked onto the track. Oh god! Help! I'm being kidnapped! Things seem to be set on mirroring yesterday's run. That is, I seem to be struggling while Emmy moves with an effortlessness that I find inevitable.
Oh.
It's incredibly bothersome to be so easily worn out. I know I should just be patient, work towards things gradually, but it's difficult to stay positive about this. We round the track and start in our second lap. Emmy seems to have grown impatient, keeping pace with me, and begins to pull away. This is where I gave out yesterday. Will I be able to do more?
Alright. Very important decision. Very, 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 very important right here.
Well, This all depends on what I would do. Because that's what most of this game is. It's just like, what would I do in these situations?
What would you do, Hudson? Are you a good boy? Or are you a bad boy? Ooh.
Well,
I'm too cool to run.
Well, I love running, and I am always one to push myself to my limits.
Oh?
So I'm going to go for it. This is probably going to kill me, and I'm going to laugh when I die. Here we go. What am I doing here? Am I really just going to fold and let Emmy pull ahead? I speed up. The second lap's done quickly, and without even considering it, I keep going. Emmy looks back over her shoulder and sees me and grins.
You fool! You fool! Yeah. Oh man, you'll find out in a bit. Still going?
Want you to think I'm out of shape. Oh god, I'm dying inside. Emmy laughs without breaking her stride, no less, and speeds up even more. Well, if this is the way we're going to play things, I increase my own pace as well. I can feel my lungs burning and my legs starting to question, what the hell do I think I'm doing? Lactic acid screams in my muscles, but I close my ears. I can't let myself fall behind because that would be a loss. The rational voice in my head inquires mightily when we just start playing a game. I'd answer it, but I'm having a little trouble thinking at the present. She's so fast. How the hell does she keep up? It's like a string pulling at my chest, a choking feeling of narrowness and pain. Before I can think of anything else than, oh shit. The track disappears from under my feet. I stumble, one hand shooting down to clutch my chest, the other hitting the track to keep me from falling on my face. Emmy whirls around and her eyes widen.
Isao! Oh wait, sorry. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't do that right. Let me. Isao! There we go.
I think I'm dead. She yells at me, sprinting from the other side of the track.
Right.
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
That's you, my bad. Nothing. Just dying. Keep your breathing steady. Calm down. Don't panic. Don't panic.
Do you need me to get the nurse?
She got really close and she looks like she's nervous, doesn't she? Well, of course. If you see someone dying in front of you, of course you're going to be nervous.
She must have dropped her monster condom for her magnum dong.
I close my eyes, shutting out the outside world. My heart struggling to regain its rhythm. Slowly the pain in my chest begins to subside. Soon it's gone like nothing happened. It was nothing? No, something happened there. I open my eyes again and glance at the very worried Emmy. I think I'm fine. My voice sounds so weird to myself, oddly even, and matter of fact, it makes Emmy frown.
I don't think you are.
She seems to come to a decision and nods to herself.
Right, you're coming with me. You've got to see the nurse.
Emmy grabs my arm and drags me up. I feel a bit wobbly, but I refuse to shoulder Emmy offers for support. Honestly, I'm a bit ashamed by my own weakness. I'd rather not have Emmy concerned about me, but it seems to be too late. Heck, I'd really rather not have anyone concerned about my condition, even though at this point it seems to be too late for that as well. I'd like to be able to deal with the whole thing on my own without being a bother to anyone else. While I'm wishing for things, I'd rather not have this condition in the first place.
Nurse!
See, this is why I say considering what you just said, I'm saving my progress.
She is very small looking.
What, compared to the room?
Yeah.
Is your lolly senses activating?
I have God's work to do.
I'm about to get spammed, aren't I?
No.
Good. Emmy crashes into his office without knocking, but it doesn't seem to alarm the nurse, at least.
What voice did he have?
Good morning, sunshine. What's up?
Yeah, right.
That's what you have him.
Good morning, sunshine. What's up?
And remember, when he goes serious face, he sounds like the mind control guy from Hero Aka.
Oh yeah, he'd be like, "Good morning, sunshine. What's up?"
Sunshine. Anyway, he calmly sips his coffee from his coffee mug, but lays it down after following Emmy's gaze to me looming in the doorway.
Isao, what brings you here? We were running, and he stumbled over and started grabbing at his chest.
What the hell?
Easy there, Abby. Calm down.
Can I know? Oh, text history. Here we go. Right here.
We were running, and he stumbled over and started grabbing at his chest. I thought I'd come get you and make him wait there, but he said he was okay, then I thought you should see him anyway, and...
There we go. I'm glad they have that.
Calm down.
You know, I'm glad they have that. I really am. Just like Doki Doki, they have that. Because Doki Doki was my first one.
Isao, what happened?
I don't know. We were running and then my chest started hurting like that time before, but it went away after a few seconds. It was just a flutter or something. The nurse frowns as if to say, just a... here, you do the just a flutter part.
Just a flutter.
It's kind of oxymoron. There's some kind of oxymoron.
I don't mean quite this when I suggested you get some exercise. You've got to be more careful, Isao.
I was being careful, come to think of it, I just got into a race with a member of the track team. Doesn't seem as well reasoned as I thought it would.
You just... what?
That is... I was racing Emmy.
Emmy? Is this true?
Look at Emmy's face.
Goo.
Emmy fidgets, looking... oh my god. Her face. Looking adorably contrite.
Well...
Finally, she can't seem to bring herself to say it aloud and nearly nods. The nurse sighs and rubs at his forehead with one hand tiredly.
Emmy, you've got to be more sensitive to the limits of others. I don't know if he told you, but Isao has a bad heart, and getting him to race you was incredibly irresponsible.
Actually, I started it. The nurse is stunned by my statement. What did you just say to me?
Watashi wa... Nani the fuck did you just say to me? Watashi? You baka desu? You... what?
Just that act. I love that. We were just running and Emmy started to pull away, so I sped up to catch her. The nurse stares at the ceiling, muttering a prayer for patience to some god or another. And looks back... Mr. Nurse, you're sounding a lot like Mr. Aizawa.
No, he's not.
Just in the background. How can you even hear us?
Naruto runs away.
Well, he does run like Naruto, doesn't he? In the show.
I don't remember. I just like to imagine every... So, you're... both stupid. That's a comfort, I guess. Now come on, Isao. I I've got to make sure your heart's not going to explode or something.
I doubt you'll dutifully obey and follow him to the adjacent room where we ascertain that I am, in fact, not going to keel over and die.
How does it feel? Your heart autism, I mean.
I don't know. Nothing much. Tired, but that might just be from the exercise.
You should stay here for a few hours and rest. See how you feel after that.
Do you see the creepy background on his computer?
I thought you had to point that out.
You didn't notice it out of the corner of your eye?
No, never.
Hey, look. He's even got Windows 7. Look.
That's not Windows 7.
It's like, no, wait. That's like Windows XP or something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to object, so I lie down on the infirmary bed. Good night. A thoroughly miserable Emmy comes in after getting an earful from the nurse in the other room. I wonder what he actually said there.
Trash, man.
Well, I'll throw you in the trash for almost killing this boy.
My magnum dog.
Oh, that's going straight down your throat.
Oh, by the way, one of my favorite tweets ever is there's like scientific fact: the animal with the largest wing compared to body size is the barnacle. And even me was like, please stop calling me the barnacle.
I couldn't hear what he said, though, through the closed door, but I'm sure it wasn't pleasantries. Yeah, no duh.
Look, I'm really, really sorry. I should have been more careful.
Hey, you didn't know. It's not your fault. She looks awfully down and sorry, and my reassurance doesn't do much to cheer her up.
I want to make it up to you.
Again with that decisive nod.
So you have to come to lunch with me.
Is this why you said I doomed myself because of being around her?
Hmm?
I feel like this is why you said I doomed myself because of this right here.
Oh, you'll see. It's very close. You'll see.
What, choosing a route?
Congratulations, my boy. You chose the one-way ticket to the trash man route. There's no turning back from here.
Really?
Yep. That one decision of choosing to outrun her, like, that locks you out of every other route that you had up to this point.
Well, damn.
Yep.
Well, this is why I save, you know that? So if I wouldn't have challenged her, then I would have most likely locked myself out of her route.
Yeah, you 100% lock yourself out of her if you don't challenge her.
Well, I'm learning how visual novels work, huh?
Oh,
You know,
this
actual
one's-
visual novels.
This one's special though. There's a lot where it's like you can multi-route, like
But-
do a bunch of routes at once. But this one's very like structured.
But whereas Doki Doki, no matter what route you choose, everything's going to happen a certain way.
Yeah.
Because, like, since even though I chose Natsuki's route, and she died first, essentially,
Right.
I still got the Yuri ending and the Monica ending.
Yeah. That's really
Because I've heard there is a way to keep all 4 girls alive, but it's very, very difficult to do.
I don't think that's real. I think that's a myth.
You've heard of that rumor?
Yeah.
Like, it seems impossible because of the way the game's coded.
I haven't seen it substantiated in any meaningful way.
I'll have to do some research into that. But the way the game's structured, maybe the various choices you have to make are very, very difficult.
I know there's like there are some things like to get very specific things. Like, have you seen Buff Suki? Like the pictures of Buff Natsuki?
Yeah.
Apparently, if you choose like a certain combo game, that's how you get that.
So that's actually in the game?
From what I understand, yeah.
So that's not just a screen, that's not just a meme.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to do some research into these. I'm not gonna record them or stream them or anything, you know, trying to get those routes.
Right.
Because I don't have the time to just go through all those routes, considering I'm gonna be starting a very special, awesome series tomorrow. And I'm sure you know what series I'm talking about.
The wedding.
No. Yes, the wedding. The wedding's going to be happening tomorrow, even though you're not going to be in a call with me tomorrow. I'm going to send you what it's going to be on Discord.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Is it what I just sent you?
I'm playing dumb. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting that tomorrow, and that stream's going to be awesome and fun. I just got to hammer a few things out with my... You know, the issues with the recording software I use, or the streaming software that has delay when I use that particular kind of streaming.
Right.
And worst case scenario, it'd just be a couple seconds behind. I'm sure I can figure out things. But yeah, here we go.
I'll bring it for you, okay? Something really, really good.
Did you accidentally lock yourself into Hanako's route, or did you purposefully do it?
Hanako's route?
Yeah, because that's the one you chose.
Purposefully, dude. Hanako is amazing. Only certain people with bad taste would not like Hanako.
I was expecting a cough and who it was just now. Oh god. I start with that. You don't have to, but then shut up and just nod at her when I see her face. That face just... That...
You see, when I first played this game, right, I wasn't really into lollies. But, you know, times change, old man.
So if you had been into lollies when you played this game, did you go back through and play to get her route?
Who? Emmy?
Yeah.
No, I did not. I want to now, but I guess I'm gonna experience it as Emmy.
Yep, now you get to experience the route. So, and we also have multiple routes that we're going to be doing throughout this game. You know that? Trying to get as many endings as we can.
Oh, okay.
You know,
yeah,
okay, go.
Actually, like, there's a cool thing that keeps track of it. Like, every chapter has, like, some art, like key art, and you unlock it all on the title screen, and, like, if you do them all, it's, like, all filled up with the key art.
Oh, that's awesome. So, yeah, plus it'll give you and me a chance to play a game other than Overwatch a lot.
Right.
Plus, you know, that way we can just keep making weird voices for the characters and random characters that pop up. Because I'm sure there's more random characters in this game.
Yeah, there's some characters that I see, like, in memes that I never saw because they weren't in Hanako.
Alright, let's go ahead.
Good. Winky face. We meet on the roof.
We?
Yep. The weather's nice now, so the roof's a great spot for lunch, you know.
I see. This seems like the setting for High School of the Dead.
You'll come, right? You wouldn't deny me the chance to make it up to you.
Just the suggestiveness, not just your voice, but the way she's saying that and the way she's looking makes it worse, doesn't it? Of course not.
Great. See you there.
I stay afloat somewhere between asleep and awake, feeling completely drained. Not only my body, but all of me is limp and paralyzed, apart from my senses. I swallow with difficulty, then try to lie as still as I can, which in this state is not a very hard thing to do. The nurse is shuffling around the other side of the curtains he drew to give me privacy. I can see his shadow shifting about in the sunlight. He has opened the window of his office. It's windy outside. The clean white curtains flutter in the breeze in a heavy, lazy motion like waves. Light sifts through them slowly, half absorbing into the fabric. Sleepy now.
Trash man.
Oh, what a nightmare.
Oh.
I close my eyes. The breeze on my face feels like the soft fabric of the curtains. I listen to the sound of my heartbeat for a moment, trying to shut out the sound of the nurse tapping away on his computer. And my own heavy breathing. It's steady. Damn it. Not even in a week and I end up like this again. I'm really screwed this time. Should have known better than to play the half-baked sports star in front of a real... Why did I try to act brave? Like that heart flutter was no big deal. Even when it was obvious it was. It was just a reflex to push it away, to keep it inside. I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want Emmy to see it. Ah! Stupid, stupid, stupid! I have to be more careful. I'll end up in the hospital again. Or worse. That's my final thought before giving in to the tiredness. Yeah, you're kind of screwed, Hisao, my boy. We're locked into a route now, so I'm going to die, right?
And on goes.
I thought we had something special, Hisao.
Just runs away and hides in the library.
Naruto runs away.
Does everyone Naruto run away in this game?
Everyone I voiced does.
Especially Aizawa.
Especially Aizawa.
Because every 5 seconds, Mr. Aizawa, I need help!
It's my ninja way.
Well, you do kind of look like a ninja because you wear a lot of black.
That's racist, Midoriya.
How is that racist? Are you a ninja? Are you a ninja? Are you a ninja nationalist, I guess? I don't know. I'm feeling a bit lightheaded. I keep blinking compulsively. Pushing the curtain aside, I squint my eyes against the unfiltered light pouring in from the window. The texture of the canvas feels nothing like the wind did before. The nurse looks up from his work, sitting exactly where he was before.
How are you feeling?
His blushing really bothers me, I'm not gonna lie.
How are you feeling?
Oh god. I really can't tell, so I don't answer anything. I feel kind of groggy from falling asleep at such a weird time. Hopefully I don't look too weird. What time is it? Me croaking the question to gain some orientation. The nurse looks at his wristwatch before answering. Things seem to happen in too slow motion.
10:15.
I try to think for a moment what that means, but I'm not really sure.
You didn't answer my question, Hisao.
Oh, fine.
Climb down from that bed then, and let's see how you're doing, don't?
I tried to do exactly that, only to sway dizzily from when I moved too fast. The nurse moves to support me by arm and size.
Stand up too quickly is what I was going to say. Just sit there. I'll check your pressure to make sure.
My good intentions sure lasted for a long time. I shut up, embarrassed with myself, while the nurse gets busy with an old-fashioned contraption in my arm. After a couple of minutes, he puts it away, looking neither pleased nor unhappy.
Right. Head stop spinning?
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of really bad lag on my end.
Yeah, same. Let's see. Discord. Okay, I'm gonna keep Discord open so I can actually see if the connection attempts to drop, alright? There we go. Because nothing's happening with OBS, and it's saying we have good connection.
Weird.
Let's see. Okay, there. I have things good. Okay, there we go.
Alright.
Good. And how are the contents doing?
You didn't show very good judgment out there yourself.
I swallowed the retort I was going to make. It's what I was thinking myself, but hearing it stated by someone else makes me want to protest. What he's saying is not pleasant to hear, doesn't make him any less right. No, sir. Just because you're right doesn't mean you're correct.
You need to be careful, Isao. People die when they are killed.
Just bring all the memes, right? Well, sir, did you know that people die when they are killed? And I won't die from a little thing like being killed. It's okay.
I'm a doctor. Of course I know that.
He nods, still looking as neutral as he was before. It would be easy to be angry at him if he said,
Oh.
Told you so.
or something, but he doesn't.
I can try to help you keep...
Hey.
Oh, God.
I can try and help you to keep your health, but ultimately the last call lies with you. Hopefully this little episode will be something that'll remind you of that. Here's a note for your teacher to avoid interrogation.
I think Mr. Aizawa's still gonna interrogate me when I walk in the room.
I can still hear you.
I take the slip of paper he's offering, then make my leave as I can't think of anything else to say nor really want to.
Stay out of trouble, you hear me? I don't think it was anything but a scare, but next time could be different.
You ready to have... I hear you. You ready to have lunch with Danny DeVito?
So ready.
I think I chose a route... I think I accidentally chose a route that you are excited for just because you get to do that voice a lot, right?
The two routes that I wanted were Hanako, just because I love seeing Hanako, and Danny DeVito, just because I get to be Danny DeVito.
Especially during the fun time scene, right? Or the lewd near the end.
Oh no, that's gonna be
Awkward.
gonna be something.
Well, hey, we still got... Hey, look, we've got... Let's see. Load. See, look, we've got the decision here with Hanako. Well, we've got... let's see, we've got the decision here with Kenji from the, you know, about Hanako.
Right.
We've got the one about Hanako. Or, no, that's the one... No, where's the one with Lily? Oh, no, wait.
The decision about Hanako, the decision about Hanako.
Here we
About Hanako.
Yes, that's the one about, what, going with her with Lily?
Yeah.
That's the one about... I forgot. What was this one about?
It's, being, like, either saying, like...
Oh, exercise or
yes,
no
I'll try to
exercise?
exercise.
Yeah, nurse, I'll exercise.
This was just
You're
a
not my
safe...
real dad.
This was just a safe state I made. Just to have. I think that was at the end of a stream. This one was from about between the either decided whether which locked me out of the Shizune route,
Right.
or to
That
lock
one's the
myself
one.
out of the Lily route.
Yeah, and that's the one that locks you. The last one's the one that locked you into this route.
Into the Danny DeVito route.
Yeah.
There was some way to get to the school building straight from the auxiliary building, but I'm not keen to find out and possibly get lost. So I go out from the exit that I know works. I stop at the stairs of the auxiliary building, deliberating for a moment between going to the dorms to get my books and stuff and going straight to class. The sun stings my eyes, so I head towards the dorms. La da 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 da. The halls are quiet as the courtyard was, naturally so since everyone is in class. I knock slightly at the door of 3-3 and push open the door when Aizawa calls from the other side.
God damn it, Midoriya, why are you so late?
Sorry I'm late. 15 pairs of eyes turn to me.
Good morning, Nakai.
How you doing, dollar store Kurasuchi? Or not Kurasuchi,
Kiritsugu.
Kirisuga. I was thinking, why did, what was his name? Maineta Kurasuchi, I want to say, from Bleach? The clown-looking guy. I don't know why his name, but yeah. Kirisugu. Aizawa seems to be somewhat confounded by my coming in late, as if I interrupted his flow or something.
You don't have any friends. You're gonna have been hanging with them.
So you must have been dying.
Late?
So you must have been dying, huh? Judging from the rambling lectures his classes tend to be, that might be the case. I pass him the note the nurse gave me. Aizawa takes it with a nod and reads it quickly. He lifts his eyebrow and gives me a kind of stern look, but doesn't say anything, just nods solemnly again. I feel like he's pissed.
God damn it, Midoriya.
Seriously, I can't get over how much he really does look like Kirisugu. Like, his face is the biggest giveaway, isn't it?
Looks like Kiritsugu. Kiritsugu stopped eating for a week.
And cut his hair. And decided to ditch his black jacket in favor of a brown one, right? But but his clothes themselves look just like him, like the black suit with a tie kind of thing.
Yeah.
I shrug and he gestures me to run along, so I naturally do so. The class goes on lazily. I think I'm starting to get into the rhythm of the school. I have even stopped worrying about taking notes and being overtly attentive. The first 2 days I was pretty high-strung in class. Aizawa finishes his lecture about electricity early, but continues without a pause about the festival.
So, as you know, the festival is on the day. I hope everyone's projects are going to be successful this year.
What about mine, Mr. Aizawa?
Hey, Midoriya.
Yeah?
Spell ICUP.
Sir, I know that joke. I'm not going to say it.
Midoriya! Spell ICUP.
ICUP. That's how you spell it.
Midoriya? Some kind of idiot, Midoriya? Idiot.
Go ahead, your line.
Have a good time, but also come Sunday, please keep the meaning of this festival in your minds. ICUP. Does everyone know how to spell it?
Just hey, All Might in the background. Ha ha! Aizawa, I know how to spell it.
Spell it, All Might.
I see you pee. Ha ha ha!
Ah!
What's
Got
so funny? All I did was listen. Ha ha!
You're gay, All Might.
Yes, I'm very happy. Look at the big smile on my face. This is horrible.
Alright.
Games and fried food. Nom nom. Everyone bursts out in laughter, so do I.
Yes, thank you, Mikado.
You know that's All Might, right?
Shut up, Midoriya.
Oh. Of course. I'm not sure. Let's see. Text history.
But what I meant more was,
There we go. That's easy. The remainder of his sentence is buried beneath the ring of the launch bells, and everyone starts packing up their things. Aizawa deliberates for a moment, but since almost no one seems to pay attention anymore, he gave up and sits down.
God damn it.
Nobody gets to go to lunch until I finish talking.
Nobody gets to go to lunch until they spell ICA.
Does that mean I get to go to lunch since I spelled it?
Never come back. Please.
Oh my god, look at the animation. It's actually really cool. It's crowded in the hallways, or as crowded as hallways in this school probably get. Most of the students seem to be heading down to the cafeteria, for the cafeteria. Normally I join the flow and grab my lunch myself, but today is different. Today I've been invited to lunch on the roof. An odd location, but that's where I was told to go. Fortunately, I managed to find shelter from the storm in the lee of the classroom door. Eventually the torrent subsides and I step tentatively out into the hallway, only to be met by Emmy, who comes flouncing down the hallway like a cannonball.
Hey, hi, Sal. Great timing.
Oh my god, Emmy in her school uniform.
I have super extra lunch today, as promised. Let's go upstairs.
Is she killing you now?
Oh no.
I feel like you've gained second best girl, right?
Yeah, I'm not feeling so good. I was so faithful to Hanako.
But now you're like, Emmy. The lolliness is killing you. The stairway to the roof is a little dilapidated. I guess. I think.
Dilapidated.
Dilapidated. Yeah, close enough. But it's clearly been used recently. At the top of the stairs is a door, complete with missing padlock. I wonder who was the individual that removed that lock. I think of it. Mice, I'm up here! I'm stopping the feminist conspiracy! I could see it, couldn't you?
Fate. The Fate series.
It's
Yeah,
really good.
I love the Fate series, boy. I put hundreds of hours into Fate Grand Order.
I enjoyed the show, and I'm excited to hopefully eventually see Heaven's Feel, because I'm not going to be able to go to the theater to see it.
Oof, you're gonna have to wait a while for those Blu-rays, son.
It's called the internet, my friend.
You don't get on the internet until the Blu-rays are...
Well, crap, but the Blu-ray for Ordinal Scale hasn't come out yet, at least here in the States.
First one for Heaven's Feel came out a week ago or something.
Oh well.
It's like a year after the initial release. It's like pretty meh.
Wait, that's going to be the Japanese exclusive version of the DVD, though.
No, it came out in the States.
Yeah. Well, I've looked around. Wait. Did the Ordinal Scale one ever come out?
Ordinal Scale? I don't know.
It makes me
I don't
sad.
think so.
I watched it online. I'd love to watch it in person, you know what I mean? Like, have a physical disc of it.
I just know there's ass in the nipples.
There is. Very short. It's a very short scene, mind you.
How old is she again?
I think she's 18 at that point.
Oh, lame.
Wait. Wasn't she 16 at the end of SAO?
16, you say?
I think. Like at the end of the original SAO, when they're sitting on that platform after the world's starting to, after Aincrad's starting to disintegrate.
Dude, I've never watched FD. I've never watched SAO.
Disgraceful.
Heard there's some nice lollies though.
What was her name? I can't remember her name. It's not Liz.
So, we've been standing here.
And I know. Suddenly, a tall, dark stranger appears out of nowhere, standing imposingly in front of us. Emmy flinches back, almost falling back down the stairs. Is that who I think it is? I mean, the lack of arms.
Did you finally get the milk? It's been so long.
Eek.
Hello.
Yipes. You scared me, Rin.
Wait, isn't she... Hello. Noticing that Rin is speaking to me, Emmy looks curious at me.
You two know each other?
Silica. That's her name. I just remember. The lolly from SAO.
Oh, that's the one.
She's got like brown, auburn kind of hair and she wears a lot of red.
It's kind of like Emmy.
Yeah, that's her. I look confusedly at Emmy. She's that friend of yours? Rin has turned her gaze towards the clouds drifting above the school. I didn't know you knew this person, Emmy. The awkward silence only lasts a few seconds till Emmy lets out a tiny giggle, struggling the coincidence off.
I invited Hisao for lunch. If you know him, it's just better.
Oh, does that mean I don't get food? Or did you invite him for lunch without the lunch?
Neither. I have food for 3.
How much food does this girl eat? Considering if she was only originally gonna have food for just her and Ren.
I mean, she's an athlete. She works it off, you know?
Nice thinking. They walk to the other end of the roof while I stay back at the clock tower for a while, taking in the atmosphere. There's nobody else but us here. I guess the roof is not as popular as in other schools. A few rundown benches and tables are scattered around the edges, perhaps in an attempt to make the roof look less desolate. The small pebble is covering the roof rattle beneath our feet. I peek through the chain link fence to look at the school grounds and beyond. Students are strolling in pairs and groups around the quadrangle, yes, and at the cafeteria. A few delivery trucks are driving past the school towards the convenience store nearby. Somewhere a watchdog barks at a passerby. Somehow, when I look towards the town center, the small town strikes me very strongly, almost palpably.
Palpably.
Bleh. Hush. Hush, Danny DeVito. The hectic lifestyle of big metropolises seems so far away and foreign here. Nobody has to run to catch a bus like their life depended on it or get their senses overloaded by the neon lights and traffic jams. Although Emmy could just run up to the bus. She could probably catch a bus. Probably. Like legit. She's fast. She's Sonic the Hedgehog. I feel surprisingly optimistic about this new life of mine, looking at my new hometown, even if it's going to be mine only for one short year. Finding out about my illness and having to move away from home all came so suddenly I haven't had time to think about how I feel about it. When I step out of the shadow of the clock tower to the open, I feel warmth touching my back. The sun shines from a perfectly clear cerulean sky. A cool breeze sweeping over the rooftop makes me shiver, but only briefly. The wind carries the scent of trees and flowers, not smog and car exhaust like it used to just a few weeks ago. Emmy settles on a bench with Rin in tow and produces one big and 2 small lunch boxes from her bag.
Come on, Hisao. What are you waiting for?
She is beckoning me to join them, making room on the already small bench. Ah, the zoom in. Well, at least it was clever considering, you know, the loop around. I seat myself on the corner of the bench to take up as little space as possible. It's pretty cramped, but somehow all 3 of us fit on it. Impressive view. Emmy suppresses a giggle and places a lunchbox in front of Rin and hands another to me.
Here you go. Lunch is promised.
So no matter what I do, I'm locked into her route now?
Mm-hmm.
So I can't. So I couldn't even try to wiggle into Rin since she's here.
Oh, you locked yourself out of Rin's a long time ago. A long time ago.
I'm gonna guess when the Hanako question came out from Kendi.
Yeah, actually, you have to be a damn liar and say Hanako ain't cute. That's why I'll never play Rin's route, because that's a damn lie.
You know what the sad thing is? You're gonna be playing the route with me.
No, I don't voice Rin.
Yeah, but you're gonna be in the call with me.
No.
Well, what? Well, but what if someone you voice pops up? In fact, we gotta figure who did the last voice.
That was you. You and Rin.
Okay, so whoever the random next character that pops up is yours.
Oh boy, I hope it's Emmy's mom.
Oh shit! Since I'm gonna be doing her route, I'll meet her family, won't I?
Like mother, like daughter.
So her mom's a lolly too.
No,
Hey, Sal, I he's dating my daughter.
You got-
Yeah, that's right, Mom.
That's gonna be so weird. Homemade, no less. I'm impressed. Wow, this looks so good.
Thanks, I make 'em myself when I can.
Conversation dies off as I said about the business of feeding myself. Taking a few bites, I glance up and notice Rin deftly opening the lunchbox, popping a forkful of food into her mouth using only her feet. Even though I've seen it before, I can't help but be impressed at her dexterity. It's also a reminder of the sort of place I'm in right now. Will I ever get used to sights such as this? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. I can't decide if getting used to such a thing would be a good thing or a bad thing either. Does getting used to this place mean I'm giving up on being a normal person? You gave up a long time ago, Hisao. Or does that just mean that I'm becoming more understanding about those around me? I'm distracted from my thoughts by the sight of Emmy tearing into her lunch as if it had insulted her ancestors. Just the thought of that, just that phrasing. Like, oh, no, you insulted my ancestor. You seem pretty hungry. Emmy looks up, mouth half full, and swallows before nodding.
My morning run always works up an appetite.
Well, it looks like what you said before has now been confirmed.
Which is great, because then I burn through lunch pretty quickly.
Isn't she eating the big box of food?
I think so.
Helps me keep...
Oh, in the Danny DeVito voice, yes.
helps me keep my girlish figure.
I can't. I'm dead. What happens if what happens if you lose it? Would you become a fan? I can't. This game's making memes. Help. I barely nearly choke on my lunch without trying to.
It's a figure of speech. Ring you autistic face.
And look at Ren's face, just like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you have to say, Emmy. I'm just here to eat. Does your figure have to run in the mornings too?
Oh, look at that smug smile.
Oh wait, I gotta do this right. Does your figure have to run in the mornings too?
Oh, fight you, bitch.
Oh, I'd like to see you try, Baka.
Nani, did you just say to Watashi?
Do you always talk like this?
Talk like what?
Like what?
We were supposed to say that at the same time.
Well, let's do that then. Hold on. Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right.
Talk.
Wait, anyway.
Yeah.
I'll
You,
go
no,
3,
you
2,
say
1.
no. Say talk, and then we'll do like this at the same time.
All right.
Talk
Like this?
Close enough.
Yeah, I'll take it. I think that answers my question. Never mind. So, I struggle to think of small talk and settle on an obvious question. How'd you two meet? Ren seems content to let Emmy answer this question.
Someone in the housing department thought we'd complement each other well, so we were assigned rooms next to one another. It's racist.
Don't you mean offensive?
No, it's racist.
Racist against paralegics? Question mark?
That's our word. You can't say our word.
Compliment each other. Like shoes and a suit. No, hold on. Like shoes and a suit. Just her face, too. Just like... Huh? Emmy giggles at my confusion.
Put us together and we've got all our limbs. Get it?
Ah.
So I started helping Rin get ready in the morning, and that was that. I mean, you can't help someone get dressed every morning and not get along.
I see. Ren chooses this moment to interject. I have trouble with shirts. Right, that seems fairly obvious. Really? Really? Kind of? This isn't helping, but at least Emmy seems to find the whole thing funny. That combined with the fact that Ren is genuinely curious makes me feel slightly better and yet confused. I mean, you've got no arms, so putting on a shirt seems like one of those things that would be difficult. I sense an innuendo about to pop up, don't you? Something really screwed
what
up.
else is difficult?
You know what? I'm just gonna stop talking now. It'll save me a lot of trouble in the long run. Ren nods in what I suspect is meant to be a sage manner. I see. No, I see. Oh, I thought you meant these giant lumps on my chest. But no, just my arms.
No. I see. And then, oh, you heard that.
Who said that?
Lily.
Just in the background. What? Lily? How'd you hear that?
Naruto runs away.
Into a wall.
Yeah, into a wall.
And down some stairs. Continues to Naruto run away. Hey. Continues to try to Naruto run away. Falls down more stairs. The conversation dies as I turn my attention back to my lunch. It's really quite good. Emmy finishes her lunch first and makes a contented noise.
Hey, that was good.
As she busies herself with cleaning up her lunch, Ren speaks up. I'm thirsty.
Oh, I almost forgot about that. Sorry.
Now I'm curious if does she use both her legs, both her feet to hold up a cup? Or how's that work?
I mean, I've seen people like hold like a cup with like using their toes like fingers.
With a flourish, she reaches into her bag and removes a trio of juice boxes. Okay, this makes more sense. She tosses one to me that appears to be cranberry juice, one to Ren that appears to be some kind of strawberry milk, complete with pink color scheme, and keeps an equally pink box of some kind of fruit punch for herself. Ren dexterously stabs her straw into through the top of her box and begins to drink. I'm once again impressed how flexible she is, but this time I keep my comment to myself. Somehow I don't think either Emmy or Rin are the sorts of people to think twice about the way they work around their particular disabilities. Rin especially so. Indeed, she gives up the impression of someone entirely unaware that she's missing any limbs at all. Whether or not that's a conscious decision is another matter. I'm honestly not sure.
So, Hisao, how do you like it up here?
It's quite nice, actually. I like high places. For the view. Thanks for inviting me up here. And for the lunch, too. Emmy grins a 1,000-watt grin, pleased by my response, I suppose. Is your heart dying? I hear all the breaking.
Be gone, filthy temp.
No problem.
What makes it voice worse that you're voicing her?
Yeah, I'm glad that I gave her a Danny DeVito voice, because if I gave her a sweet voice like Hanako, oof.
Well, doesn't
I
it
don't
hurt
know
your
what
heart?
I do.
I think you're dying inside. Either way, aren't you?
Feel free to eat with us next time too, okay? Winky face.
All the winky faces.
I won't make you a lunch, but you can bring your own up here.
No lunch service? I don't know. Emmy looks mock offended.
Trying to take advantage of my good nature and my magnum dong. The nerve.
She giggles.
I love the giggles as Danny DeVito.
Well, if that's your answer, I guess Rin and I will just keep eating lunch. All alone.
I'm suddenly assaulted by the most heart-rendering puppy dog eyes I've ever seen as Emmy pouts. Look at her.
Ugu.
It's because is it the voice that you're really putting into so that way you don't like betray Hanako?
Yeah, I'm just like trying to keep away from her, like I'm looking down at my desk all the time.
But at the same time you're like, right? So are you gonna well, hey, at least you don't have to play the route yourself and break your own heart, right?
Filthy temptress.
Kidding! I was kidding. Come on, it's okay. I'd love to eat at lunch up here again. Good location, and the company's okay too. Emmy frowns a bit at my declaration of okay, but seems happy enough that I've accepted her invitation.
Okay. Just okay.
I guess this makes us friends now, or at least acquaintances. The lunch bell rings, signaling a return downstairs.
Rin, you didn't finish your lunch again.
I wasn't that hungry.
If you don't eat more, you're going to fade away.
Rin shrugs as if that is an acceptable risk. Come on, we better get going. The three of us head down the stairs together. The afternoon class passes. Once again, I find myself without a plan for something to do after school, so I head to the library to return a couple of books I finished reading. Yay, I get to do May. Hooray.
Wait, can I bring up something that I find kind of entertaining?
What?
Like, looking at the thumbnail?
Yeah?
The girl whose route you're on is basically completely covered in the thumbnail.
Which one?
Emmy, look, in the thumbnail, she's basically completely covered. I find it funny that the route you're doing...
By my face.
Yeah.
I think I did a good job on the thumbnail. You know what's funny? I put Girl All Might right next to Shizune. And you're over there in the background all smiley.
Yeah, no, that was my point with mine. Like, I just ground. Like, I didn't want to be part of the limelight.
Well, that's why your character is just small in the background, like, hey, I'm here, but don't acknowledge me.
What program is this?
Photoscape.
Do you not have Photoshop or something?
I don't. And I don't. I know I can get paint.net, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh.
So I think my thumbnails still look okay though. Walking inside, I see there are about as many students here as there were on Tuesday. All the more evident from almost total silence enveloping the room. Hey look, it's May. As I drop the books I borrowed into the return slot in the counter, Yuko, isn't that how it is? Yuko?
Yeah.
Yuko suddenly pops up from behind it, quite startled from the banging they make as they hit the trolley next to her.
More like Yucko.
Yuck, yuck. Ah, sorry, Yuko. Didn't mean to startle you.
No, that's fine. It happens a lot. I'm used to it by now.
Yeah.
Can I help you?
It's okay. I think I know where everything is. Thanks anyway. Well, that was quick. I suppose I'll grab another book or two while I'm here. There's not much else to do. After reading so much during my stay in the hospital, it's become a hard habit to break. I wander down to the fiction section towards the back of the library, scanning the bookshelves for anything that catches my eye. As I do, I look over to the corner where Hanako had been last time I was here, not really expecting anything to come of it. Surprisingly, though, she's...
No.
The heartbreak?
No, don't look at me.
Look at her face, too.
No.
She's there,
I'm
absorbed
sorry.
completely in a thoroughly thick book. I decide against intruding on her like last time and get back to finding some reading material. That was just for you. I hope you realize that.
That hurt my soul.
The fact that you're tempted by Emmy, and there's your love interest.
The face she was making.
After an indiscriminable amount of time spent pursuing the aisles, I finally decide on a couple of books to get and slide them off the shelf. Within a minute with a minimum of fuss, I quickly walk over to the counter, check out my books, and pop them in my bag as I walk out. By the time I leave the main building, sunset isn't too far away. A small trickle of students remain, but the majority have left, presumably to their homes and dorms. Feeling utterly drained, I head to my room to read the books I borrowed. There has been enough action and excitement for one day already. The first in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I know the story, of course, but I've never actually read the original book. It's as trippy as I remember the story to be, with the wacky characters and nonsense plot. I start thinking to myself as kind of an Alice, too. Happily tumbling down the rabbit hole into this cripple wonderland. Oh, God!
The wonderland of beautiful lady. Am I right, H-Man?
Am I right, lads, or am I right, lads?
Oh, Kenji hates women.
Yeah. Okay, that's a rather strong expression. Still, the isolated location, an overt way the school accommodates to absolutely everything is unsettling. It's like another world. I wonder why I can't shake the feeling of being an outsider like Alice, despite most everyone being so hospitable and friendly with me. Turning another page, my mind starts to drift further away from the book. It's quiet. I can hear my heartbeat thumping against the fabric curtain of my shirt. For some reason, it makes me feel really bad since... Really? Did you really do that? It makes me feel really bad, like it has since that time in the forest with Monaco. There we go. Like I was locked in a cage with something nasty and scary. Am I passing out? No. I put the book down for a while and stare at the ceiling, taking my time to shake off the feeling. 200 pages later, I fall asleep.
Alright. Guys. Oh, we're about to do... Oh, man, we're... Intro cinematic, intro to the root. I'm excited. What? It's not it yet.
Wait, there's actually going to be a cinematic saying, "Welcome to Blank Route."
Yeah, once you reach like the chat, like technically you're still like in the beginning chapter. You're locked into the route, but once you officially reach the chapter, there's like they have an interesting map, different one for each girl.
But have you seen the only one you've seen is Hanako's, right?
Well, I searched them all up on YouTube.
Ah. The students
But
roll.
personally, I only saw Hanako in my session.
The student. I might have to. Eventually, we'll get to the Hanako route.
Eventually.
I need a dice with all the girls' names on it, so I can roll to figure out who I want to do next. Because I have all the save points locked in for each route so far.
Yeah.
So that makes it easier for me to backtrack. It makes my life easy.
It's gonna be hard though.
What?
Trying to backtrack and navigate all the bad ends, since I can't guide you through any except Hanako.
Well, I'm gonna get as many endings as I can. You know that?
Even the bad ones.
Hopefully not. But at least I know I can figure out. You can be a guide to tell me what choices will screw me and what choices may not, because you know more about visual novels than I do.
Master of Romance.
The students roll into class for the Saturday morning session, each and every one sporting the tired eyes of people who have worked through the night. With only one day left to prepare, I suppose it's not surprising. Thankfully, we only have to suffer through classes until lunch break, then our time is our own. Aizawa lurches into class in a tired stagger. I suppose students aren't the only people here that enjoy their late Friday nights. Without saying a word, he scribbles some page and question numbers on the board and slumps down at his desk. This is completely atypical behavior for him, but it appears that no one in the class is going to call him out on it. Mr. Aizawa, why are you so tired? Mr. Aizawa, we need to be taught. Wordlessly, the students shuffle their textbooks into position and get to work. Not wanting to break the trend, I do the same. Fatigue has made the class antisocial. Not a peep is heard among the ruffling papers. Not even All Might? Not even Misha can. Oh, they're not even here. Okay, that makes sense. Otherwise, we'd hear, ha ha! Hey, Midnight, look! I'm doing work! Ha ha ha!
Look, I'm doing work!
Look, I solved the problem! I think I got it right!
You're in a class, All Might. Of course you're doing work.
Ha! Just as I thought! Good job, Aizawa! Ha ha ha!
They don't pay me enough.
That can partly be attributed to the two empty seats behind me, or beside me. For some reason, All Mights and Midnights aren't present, probably doing some council work for the festival. It's very quiet without All Might present. I wonder if she was born as rowdy as she is, or if she's making up for Midnight's lack of voice.
Okay, can I speak to you for a moment?
I'm so engrossed in thinking about All Might that I don't even notice Aizawa approaching my desk. Sure, what's this about?
It's probably better if we speak outside the classroom.
Something about this doesn't sound too good, but I stand up and follow him out into the hallway. Aizawa stands in the hallway, scratching his head as he works out what he is trying to say, not knowing what's going on. I wait silently.
I heard from the school nurse that you had the other day.
Mr. Aizawa, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay.
Ah, so it's about that. Well, kind of. It's not anything to be worried about.
Yes it is. Anything that can... Oh man. Yes, yes it is. Anything that can endanger something to be worried about. We try our best here to prepare you for your life. Part of that involves knowing limits and how to work around them. It would be remiss of me if I didn't speak up about this.
Alright, I get it. I'm sorry. Aizawa closes his eyes in frustration, or tiredness, and I realize this probably wasn't the best thing to say.
Something tells me you're not sorry. Pretend as much as you want, but this isn't a normal school. You're all weirdos. A lot of people have put in a lot of time, effort, and money to make sure that you and every other student here can have the same level of education as your peers. For you to abuse that by throwing out advice, especially medical advice, it's plain selfish.
I'm not quite sure if this is actually how he feels or if it's some act he's practiced many times to guilt trip students into doing the right thing. Either way, it's working. I understand. This is all new to me. And I apologize. I know my limits now, and I'll be sticking to them. Aizawa seems to lighten up a little, satisfied that his message has been received.
You're a good kid, Katsuki.
My name's Midoriya.
Alright, so then, on to my next question. Are you finding your studies? I understand you were laid up for a while. We're not too far ahead, are we?
I don't
Katsuki?
really... sir, my name's Midoriya.
Answer my question.
I don't really think so. I tried to keep up when I was in the hospital, so it hasn't been too hard. Aizawa taps his chin and raises an eyebrow as he absorbs this information.
That's so. I suppose there are still students out there realizing. Proud of you, Katsuki. You're a good boy.
Mr. Aizawa, my name is Midoriya. I'm Izuku Midoriya.
Katsuki, I'm calling you a good boy. Stop joking around.
My name is Deku, which is the name of a hero.
Yes, Katsuki.
Katsuki is the name of a hero.
Deck explosion murder or whatever.
Sir, that's Kachan's name.
That's you.
I wouldn't go as far as that. I was only trying to keep myself occupied in my little life support prison. Well, yeah, you've got to keep up with things, right?
That's exactly it. One wrong move in this world and you're left behind, right?
I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a metaphor for this game.
It's a metaphor for you leaving behind that nerd. Am I right, Katsuki? We're the cool boy.
Sir, my name is Midoriya for the millionth time.
Katsuki, you got jokes.
And next thing you know, I throw a glass of water in your eyes to wake you up.
I got jokes too. Check it out. I am here.
Sir,
hey,
I think...
Hey, guess who I am? Guess who I am?
All Might?
No. I'm my mom.
Hey, Mr. Aizawa, here, drink this real quick. It's a cup of coffee.
Good boy, Katsuki.
And as he wakes up, he realizes he's not talking to Katsuki, he's talking to Midoriya.
Wait a minute. You're not Katsuki at all. You're Mineta.
Sir, I'm Midoriya.
Mineta, look, you're I don't like you personally, Mineta, but your joke about being Katsuki was pretty funny.
Yeah, right. Wouldn't want that to happen.
No, you wouldn't. Every week there's a new scientific discovery. Most of them mean nothing to the layperson, but any one of them could be the key to the next big thing.
I'll keep that in mind. It's obvious that Aizawa's serious talk is over and he's going back to his standard, slightly scatterbrained approach to life. I think in hindsight I prefer him this way. He's slightly more predictable in his unpredictability.
Well then, I think that's all I really had to say. Let's go back inside, shall we, Mineta?
Sir, it's Midoriya.
Ah, Mineta.
My relief...
You trickster.
My relief at that suggestion is insurmountable. Sure, you're the boss, right? Aizawa pauses for a moment.
I don't think any of my students have ever said that to me before.
For an instance, I consider replying to this, but something deep within me tells me to shut my mouth and get back into the classroom. A few students jump at the sound of the door, rapidly trying to pretend that they are working on the questions on board. Some don't even bother. Their heads slumped on their desks as they nap. Thankfully, it would appear that Aizawa doesn't even notice them.
Hey, have any of you guys seen Midoriya?
He returns to his desk and retrieves a scientific journal from one of the drawers. I guess I got to him there. The classroom returns to near silence that Aizawa and I left him before our chat. Mixed feelings of tiredness and anticipation buzz around the room. Everyone here is either waiting for a chance to rest or a chance to get their last-minute preparations underway. The clock on the wall slowly ticks the remaining class time away until finally the bells cry out, ending the torment.
Before you all leave, I expect answers to those problems by Monday. Someone told Midoriya about this. I can't believe he skipped class.
The class sizes one, instantly regretting slacking off, but very acutely aware of the more pressing issue at hand. The classroom empties in a blink as everyone brushes their last-minute festival preparations. I stand behind and try to quickly finish the questions so I don't have to bother with it over the rest of the weekend with the festival and all tomorrow. Hey, look!
Hey, can I suggest something?
Yes.
After we get the intro cinematic, I think that would be the most natural stopping point.
I agree. And that way, next Tuesday or whenever, because I'm thinking every 2 days we try to do this or something like that, or whenever we can.
Alright.
That way we can get through, because we got a lot to do in a while to do it, but I would still say we try to, like when I'm not doing the secret game or Overwatch or whatever else people want me to do.
Right.
We need to do this more often so we can get into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Apart from me, Hanako is the only one left, obviously waiting for Lily. It's weird that Lily comes all the way to our classroom to pick her up. I expect moving around is at least normally hard for her than it is for Hanako. I know at background you just hear a bunch of like someone screaming while they fall down the stairs. I gotta get to Hanako.
Oh, stairs there. I'll sue them.
Oh wait, I don't have any money.
Oh, you don't know about Lily, dude.
Nope.
Ka-ching.
She's loaded.
Yeah, boy.
But that's none of my business. I naturally don't ask about it from Hanako. Despite the relative proximity of our seats, neither of us tries to strike up a conversation about that or anything else. Either so, an oppressive silence falls upon the classroom. Time passes in silence. It's probably just 15 minutes or so, but it feels longer. I turn pages of my notebook. Hanako turns pages of the novel she's reading. My pencil lead splinters against the paper just when I was about to finish a paragraph. The sound of my irritated sigh and subsequent fumbling around for a sharpener feels like they are breaking the mood in the classroom. Hanako keeps her eyes firmly away from my direction. Before long, Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway.
Hanako.
Her name is all it takes to make Hanako jump from her desk and run to Lily. They talk quietly for a moment, but it isn't long before Lily leaves down the hall and Hanako idles in the classroom, taking her seat once again. I watch Hanako out of the corner of my eye of sheer curiosity at the idea that the two would be separated. For a couple minutes, she does nothing but sit with her chin in her hands, staring at the desk dejectedly. The boredom evidently becomes too much for her, though, her slender frame reaching in her backpack and pulling out a small book. Kind of think of it. Isn't that the one I saw her reading in the library? She must be quite a fast reader to get through them at this rate. After about 10 minutes of restless shuffling in her seat and trying to read, Hanako closes her book and leaves too. As should I, since the assignment is all but finished, and there's nothing else to do in the classroom. Not that I have anything else to do anywhere. The school is
so sad.
What?
You didn't even talk to Hanako.
So the game is so. What you're telling me is the game is programmed to once routes closed, you don't even interact with the characters.
No, you'll still like interact with them in the future. Like I interacted with Shizune in the Hanako room. But it's like
but other than that, like the other girls, you don't interact with as much.
Oh well, all right. So you know how Lily and Emmy and Rin are friends?
Yeah.
When you're doing the route, you interact a lot with their friend also.
So your wedding is scheduled for 5 minutes. What Dawn just said in the chat.
It's been 2 hours, Dawn.
Almost 3. The school is a beehive of activity, but no one pays me any heed. I saunter past classrooms filled with students practically doing this and that, buzzing around like little worker bees. You wouldn't guess the school day is over. It's a bit quieter outside, but not by much. People zip by left and right, hurrying as quickly as they can, busy and energetic. I feel the opposite. The midday sun seems to be draining all the spirit out of my body, making it limp all over.
So the problem was in his pants.
Oh, no. Oh, God. That's horrible. Warm, soft air flows through my shirt, feeling like a cushion. I yawn lazily, think about what I want to do. I now pronounced Ho, Hud, and Joe shipped. I'll drop off my books at the dorm first, then something I haven't decided yet. Maybe Kenji is in his real. On the way to the dorms, I spot Emmy coming my way, running despite not having those weird running prosthetics on. I wave at her and she skids to a stop.
Gotta go fast. Yo, he sell.
Spires of white and green paint adorn her nose and chin respectively, but her smile is as wide as it seems always. Why didn't they have that? Like on her sprite? Ah, the close up. She leans close to me, amplifying the feeling she examining me.
What you doing?
Nothing, really. I don't have anything to do for the festival, and everyone else seems to be doing something important.
It's perfect. You can help me and Ring.
With the festival preparations? I'm not sure if I would be much help.
It's fine. I'm not much help either. Winky face.
Emmy grabs my wrist and starts dragging me back inside the school quite forcefully. Even her walking speed is more like jogging, making me stumble over myself simply trying to keep up. The stairs slow down.
Don't have legs. How'd she do that?
I don't know. I'm confused. The stairs slow Emmy down a little bit. Maybe it's hard to climb with her legs, or maybe she finally runs out of breath. We go all the way back to the 3rd floor and to the seniors' hallway, ending up where I had left 5 minutes ago. I could just as well stay there waiting for Emmy had I known. So So is Ren working on that mural still?
It's right. She needs all kinds of paints and brushes and stuff. So I went to get them from the art classroom.
And you need me to help with that?
Well, Rin told me you already helped her, so I thought you wouldn't mind.
I see. Why do people keep roping me into these things? So, thanks to Emmy's flaky logic, here I am again, collecting stuff from the art classroom for other people. The room is empty apart from ourselves and the lonely specks of dust floating in the air. Emmy skips straight to the back wall, digging out a tiny crumpled piece of paper from her pocket. While she tries to make sense of the scrawled handwriting, I take a closer look at the materials lying around here. Dozens of paint cans and bottles are arranged on shelves in the most unorganized fashion. Some look like they've been left here for several decades, relics of previous art class generations. Next to the heavy stacks of neatly piled drawing paper are boxes full of different sized brushes and unsorted crayons. The smells of paint, what is it, turpentine? Or
Turpentine?
Turpentine, there. I know no words, okay? I don't speak English, good. It's okay. Turpentine and fresh paper float in the stale air, mixing in my nostrils to form the unmistakable scent of art. Emmy studies her notes, comparing them to markings on the various paint cans, and passes them to me as she finds the correct matches. She stretches her neck to look on the topmost shelf, but it's not quite enough. Her eye level stays below the shelf no matter what she does. Emmy gives up and just looks at the shelf longingly, like a kid at a toy store huffing in annoyance.
Oh no, it's so cute.
After a moment of building anger, she starts jumping up and down, apparently trying to speed read the labels during the fraction of a second she can see them and catch what she can. It's no surprise that she fails miserably and almost manages to bring the entire shelf crashing down. Look at the face.
Why is she so cute?
Well, she's a lolly. Now I see why me lending a hand here would be useful. Come on, just let me do that. You can't jump high enough, and I don't want you to hurt yourself trying. Also, I'm like twice your height.
You are not?
She turns around, flaring scorn, flushed cheeks and all. Just kidding, just kidding. Anyway, I'll look up there, okay? She glares at me one more time, but can't come up with a retort with a grudging. She turns her back to me. So I began scourging around the top shelf for paint, while below Emmy crouches to scavenge what she can from the cupboard. Cupboards. Words. Shut up. I shake my head a little after double checking to ensure she can't see me do so. Emmy, having a complex about her height, was surprised. I wouldn't have joked about it otherwise. She seems easygoing, but I guess everyone has their weak spots. I would think that would be something that would knock me off the root mocking her like that. You know that?
She has a height complex.
Are your options weighing between her and Hanako now?
I must
After we almost have all the items collected and spread out on a desk, like a treasure hunter suppose, do I realize that it wasn't necessarily the height jab that got her riled up. She might not like to be told she can't do something, like jump. But Emmy herself seemed to have forgotten about it quickly. Quick to anger, quick to forgive. Is she that type of person? She is a tsundere, it seems like.
She's a Danny Dere.
Danny Dere. At least she doesn't seem to have taken anything to heart as she chatters away happily while we pick up the rest of the items and then make our way back to Rin.
Have I ever told you about my magnum tongue?
I don't think I want to hear about that.
Oh, my wrestler identity is the trash, man.
Is that how you lost your legs?
you soon, Midoriya.
Oh god. So horrible. I chivalrously carry the bulk of the materials as we make our way back towards the dormitories. One for all! Full cow! I got this, don't worry. I've got this, Emmy.
Yeah, whatever. Rin is really stressed about getting her painting done. It's her own fault though. She should have started earlier.
Is she going to make it?
No idea. It looks good to me, but with Rin, you never know it.
Why do I feel like Shuni, you have a weakness for lollies with, well, he doesn't have weakness for lollies, but he's got a weakness for twin tails.
Twin tails, Tsunares, and thigh highs. The holy Trinity.
So if there was a shot with her with thigh highs, you would die instantly.
I also have a weakness for twin tails.
So you're dying inside.
Very bad weakness.
Read the thing.
I found her this morning lying in front of the dorm in the fetal position. She hadn't slept all night. Can't believe that the nurses hadn't found her. I found her and I'm just a trash man. And now she's painting again, like crazy.
Yeah, I've noticed that she comes off of kind of unhinged, sort of.
Trash man. And the H-man.
Well, I think I figured out why OBS has been acting up. That word again is if it encompasses Ren's personality by itself, but it really is just a substitute for a lengthy description of her oddities. Emmy giggles as I grasp about for a properly descriptive word.
She's just weird. You know, earlier she spent just half an hour sitting on her box, winky face. Stared at her toes, winky face.
She giggles again in a way that makes me think that she doesn't know what's funny about it. It just is. By the way, look at her face now. Look at the blushes.
All that time.
Okay, now things should return to normal. Should. Quotes. The working area is a mess, but the mural itself has taken over even more of the wall than last time I saw it. The disfigured human figures have mostly been colored in tones of red, pink, and orange. Weird and imaginary. Things populating the space between. It looks nice. I can't think of any other word to describe it. Concisely. There we go. Concisely and comprehensively. So I settle myself on a nondescript noise.
Noise, real noise.
It's noise, mate. It's a noise mural. But honestly, it seems that the area around the wall becomes untidier at the same time the mural progresses. The ground is littered with dozens of paint cans, dirty art supplies, and empty soda bottles. Ren herself is in the center of this chaos, standing there looking very cozy as if she was a natural part of the scene. Her pant legs have been rolled up to her knees, exposing her thin legs, which sport a dry spectrum of war paint similar to those on Emmy's face. Emmy sprints to Ren ahead of me and gleefully jumps in front of her.
I'm back.
That was fast. Did you run in the corridors again?
Isao helped me.
I did not help you run.
Yes, you did. How can I run on my own? I have...
Emmy points victoriously at me. Ren turns around, following Emmy's finger with her eyes, looking in my general direction. She nods absent-mindedly at me. She looks like she hasn't slept since the night. Last night, a vacant, glazed-over stare that focused slightly off me in movements like a slow-motion movie. Hello, Hisao. Thanks for your help. Don't mention it. I just did. Never mind. Looks like you've made progress. Looks good as far as I can tell. but now you get more bad luck. I know, I'm willing to take the risk. That's a very nice thing to say, for me, of course, not for you. This is why artists are always unlucky. They have to constantly look at their unfinished paintings. So artists can't find romance, their favorite TV shows are canceled, or they die young because of an unspecified disease. It's a deep and mysterious law of the universe. Unless they're blind. You know, like Lily. I'm kidding. But not really. She considers this for a while, looking like she's going to fall asleep.
I heard that you so.
That wasn't me, Lily. That was Ren.
I'm blaming you.
There's a boy at the art club, you see. Blind boy. So he doesn't see. He should become an artist. No bad luck, guaranteed. Don't you think that would be a good idea? That only blind people should become artists? No, not as such. You might have a point. Abandoning this train of thought, she turns again to consider her work and starts humming a tune that I think I recognize but can't remember the name of. Emmy arranges the supplies we brought and moves a few paint cans around, trying to get bring some organization to the scene. Emmy, I need the Persian blue paint.
Prussian.
Which one's Prussian blue?
She stares helplessly at 7 or 8 cans, each with a different tone of blue. It's the one with the Prussian blue paint in it.
Jeez, Rin, you're not helping at all.
I look around as well, even though I don't know what Prussian blue looks like either. I wonder what blue has to do with Prussia. Or what Prussia even is. The name sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't place it. None of the blues look more Prussian than the others. The small print on the labels is legible enough to determine that none of these say the contents being Prussian. There's no Prussian blue here.
We need to go get more then.
I opened my mouth to say that actually we're not both needed for such a simple task like finding another pot of Prussian blue, but Emmy's already grabbed my arm and started dragging me off. I waved to Ren, who doesn't seem to have noticed that the two of us are even leaving. Help! I'm being kidnapped! Well, she'll notice when she goes for her Prussian blue.
Gotta go fast.
Prussian blue and finds out it's still not there. Maybe. Probably not, actually. I'm trying to get through those scenes as quickly as possible so frames don't drop. While I'm busy thinking how weird Ren is, Emmy's been dragging me back to the art classroom. I feel myself starting to run out of breath. What's the rush?
Huh?
Emmy's giving me a appraising look as if she's trying to figure something out. It's just you seem to be in a hurry. I'm not sure I can keep up. Comprehension dawns in her face.
You're not out of breath, are you?
This music. What is that music?
Winky face.
Standing tall. We must be getting close then to the proper route.
Oh, I think so. I hope so.
There's almost an accusing playfulness to her tone. I'm tempted to deny it, but then I realize I've been breathing heavy since we stopped. I guess it's kind of obvious. A little. Not everybody can be in shape, you know. Takes all kinds, right? Emmy frowns. It's not particularly a good frown. That is, I should get in shape? Not that I've actually decided to try for that. After that flutter on the track, I guess there's a real need to gain some sort of running habit. I, after all, was feeling pretty good until I had my false alarm. Well, actually I wasn't, but was it fun? Meanwhile, my comments seem to have helped Emmy come to some sort of decision. Well, that's it then. Oh wait, that's you. My bad.
Well, that's it then.
She gives me a serious look.
You're joining me to destroy the feminists.
Wait, are you Kenji?
You thought it was a lolly. It was me, Kenji.
I thought he was British.
You thought it was a lolly. It was me, Kenji.
I beg your pardon?
in the mornings. You and I are now running partners. I've got a routine all planned out, in fact.
She produces a crumpled piece of paper.
I've got it right here with me.
She's planning stuff without even my consent. What the hell?
Like a wedding?
Hokaba. Oh, Hokabai. Okay. Because this sounds like very romantic music that's playing right now. I take the sheet of paper and give it a once-over. Times, dates, laps, all laid out. A slow increase from just a few laps a day to, my god, does she expect me to be running marathons? Or where does she find the time to get all this together? And how long has she been planning this anyway? You've been planning this?
Oh man, keep Danny DeVito. A little.
You've been half tempted to give her a cute voice, haven't you?
Hmm?
You've been half tempted to switch her voice, haven't you?
No. But it's really the nurse's idea.
You're having a hard time keeping it.
He told me to keep an eye. He told me to keep an eye on you to make you exercise like he told you to.
A vast conspiracy? It's the feminist conspiracy! Kenji, you were right! You're damn right I was right! Maybe Kenji's coming! I called it. This seems a bit too much for just keeping an eye on me.
Well, to be honest, I've been trying to find a running partner in the mornings for a while now.
My god. Kenji! If you could only see this scheme unfolding! What do you need a partner for anyway?
And he's like tied up like in a closet, like
It's easier to keep up a workout if you're not the only one doing it. Isn't that obvious? You're less likely to quit if someone else is counting on you to be there, right?
I see, and this won't only keep you running, but it'll make sure I keep running as well. Meaning that I'll be obeying the nurse.
And I'll keep an eye on you just like he had. Winky face. You caught on quick, Hisao.
And if I refuse, I have no intention of refusing, of course. But I've got to at least put
I'll
up a
kill you.
I'll put up a token such as a masterful, executed plan.
Well, if you refuse, I'd have to pout.
I sense your allegiance wavering.
no, she even knows how cute she is.
And you'd have to live with being the guy who made Emi Ibarazaki Vito pout. You don't want that on your conscience, do you?
As if to demonstrate, Emmy begins to pout. It is the most adorable, heart-wrenching thing I've ever seen. Okay, I'll do it. Just don't do that. I feel like I just hit a puppy.
So it's settled, right? You're gonna be my running partner. Follow the workout and the dietary plan.
Dietary plan?
Yeah, the dietary plan. You've gotta eat healthy if you're gonna get in shape, you know.
Does that mean
Winky
you're gonna?
face.
Does that mean you're gonna make all my meals? I examined the workout routine closely. I don't see a dietary plan on here.
Oh, right. I forgot to give that to you. I'm such a scatterbrain.
Another crumpled piece of paper is produced, and she handed over. It's somewhat less detailed.
I had the nurse help me come up with it.
The amount of dedication that nurse is keeping me in good health is pretty overwhelming. I don't know how many school nurses would get one of their students to spy on me, much less come up with a dietary plan. Then again, I guess I'm not in a normal school. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. Then again, this dietary plan seems to cut about everything that'll be offered at the festival tomorrow. So when does our running start?
After the festival.
Right. What if I've had something to eat there? I could get a stomachache, you know.
I meant the day after the festival, smartass.
I knew that. Wasn't there something we were supposed to be doing? Oh, I guess we should get that paint for Rin, huh?
Oh no, it slipped my mind. I am just a scatterbrain.
She's killing you, I can tell.
I don't.
You just need to meditate saying Hanako.
I look up pictures of Hanako again. I haven't done that for a while.
Next video. I'm just waiting for the loot and then for every ounce of your restraint to just die.
No.
It's going to die. As I die. Huh?
I train my body every day at the gym. I can train my mind too. To resist this filthy temptress.
That means you're going to have to shut your mind down to all lollies.
No!
If you're going to ignore one lolly, you must ignore them all.
That's not a thing.
By the time we get back to the mural, Rin's already wandered off. Oh well. Amy and I both decided to part ways there, leaving the paint in the ground. Rin will find it whenever she comes back anyway. Festival's tomorrow. I'm actually a little bit excited for it. At the same time, the week's left me feeling pretty tired, so I read a little, then go to bed.
Alright, I think if it doesn't play now, then it's right after the festival.
What the hell?
Alright, it's after the festival.
We can get through that quickly. The next day I wake up feeling...
It's a bad end. There's
What?
a bad end, too.
During the festival?
Yup.
So I gotta be really careful what I need to choose to hang out with her more than anything. Since I'm on her route, and if I do something to upset her, it'll kick me off the route and give me a bad end, right? Or I'll die. Probably I'm gonna die. Sleeping with...
I'd prefer that to this.
What, me dying?
I don't want to do this anymore.
I wasn't intentionally going on her route.
I made a mistake.
Sleeping is fine because it's Sunday and there are no classes. Not just a Sunday, but the festival as well. From my window, I can already see some people at the soba booth slinging noodles onto plates for people with a craving for low-quality food. I throw back a handful of my morning meds and ponder how to spend the day. There will be a few exams in the coming week, but... Oh, stupid updates. Go away. I don't care about you. Nobody cares about updates, right? But I don't consider those as ominous as others, so I'm not as worried about them as I probably should be. With no urgent obligations regarding education, I should be free to spend the day at the festival as I like. Finishing my morning routine, I exit into the hallway, intending to go out and find something to eat. Passing by his door, I decide to see what Kenji's up to out of impulse. I'm curious to see if he has any plans since everybody else is doing something. Then again, I can picture him having built a soundproof shelter in his room, or possibly like a fort, complete with a no girls allowed sign.
Oh, it seems we were already proclaimed married some time ago.
Yep. So Ho is now official.
No. I said myself for Hanukkah.
And possibly Emmy.
Stop.
And with the girls crossed out and body crudely written underneath. Knocking on his door, which was luckily devoid of any kind of sign, I hear the unsteadily clicking of at least 10 locks being pulled back. The door opens a crack. Who is it? You're supposed to ask before you open the door. Oh, it's you. Damn, it's early. It's not really that early. What is it, man? Nothing, was just gonna ask what you were gonna do today. Half the school is out there already. Out there? Out where? Why? It's space! What? 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 Is today special? Why are they out there? Who are they? Who are? I can hear them. It's loud. Don't tell me. Has the invasion begun? He suddenly looks more alarmed. What day is it, man? I guess you can't see the big wooden booths outside and people selling stuff. What the hell are you talking about? I have my curtains closed at all times to thwart the snipers. It's the festival, you know that, right? Oh shit! That's today? Ah, damn! Damn it! I can't believe I forgot. I don't have my fort finished yet. This is bad. This is going to be a very bad day. It's good you told me this, man. This is going to be a bad day. Why? Oh man, they're going to be everywhere. The people outside my window. Socializing. Kenji rubs his temples nervously, looking very ill.
Frickin' normies, get away from my window!
Is he Danny now too?
In my mind, everyone is Danny, except Hanako. Hanako is too pure. Except for that 30 minutes where I made her Danny.
During the early minute of the game, when we just met her?
Yeah.
It's going to be loud as hell! Damn! And I was going to go out today, but now it's ruined. Everything is ruined. This is awful. It sucks. It sucks. Or this sucks. What the hell? This really sucks. I can't go anywhere now. There's nowhere to run. Kenji seems nervous. You could even say he's majorly freaking out. I can't believe this. So this is what today was. Damn, and I couldn't even be prepared for it. I couldn't even brace myself, and now it's here and I can't do anything. You should have told me this earlier, dude. I mean, at least I know, but I could have known earlier. Imagine what I could have accomplished. Yeah, sorry, I thought you knew. So I guess you're not going to do anything today? The weather's even good. Yesterday was really windy, so I thought today would be cold. It's not. Though, there's no reason to stay inside. Yeah, you should check out the festival. Kenji groans and covers his face with his hands. Ugh! No! I can't do it! They'll eat me alive out there, I know it. This has to be a joke, but he said it with such a straight face. It's relatively straight. What are you going to do? Huh?
Is that gay joke?
Probably. This game's very offensive. We should hang out in here.
It was written by 4chan.
Oh god. We should hang out in here. You can help me build my fort. We might even make it if we work together. I wonder. I'm kind of hungry, but I made this deal that if I try to take better care of myself, you know, be healthier. Don't know if I should steer clear of the takoyaki or head straight in. Deal? Sounds ominous. What are you getting in return? Nothing, I guess. It's not that kind of deal. You know, Emmy, from our year, we kind of agreed to watch each other's backs and... Just blow out everyone's eardrums, it's okay. The shrill scream and expression of the abject terror in Kenji's face chilled my blood. As if I told a Catholic priest I sold my soul to the devil. Oh god, that's horrible. Huh? You sold your soul to the devil! Oh god. And you didn't get anything in return? What the hell is wrong with you, man? Do you even know who you're dealing with? She's public health danger. Do you know how many people she sends to the hospital monthly with her carefully placed flying tackles? She's one of them, a key player in the vast conspiracy that aims for the complete submission of everything that is manly. I can't believe what I'm hearing. I trusted your judgment, man. I thought we were brothers. You have to call it off before it's too late. This festival too. It's just one of their ploys. He fingers his scarf nervously, faster and faster, like he's trying to start a fire. Then slowly begins to calm down once the panic attack finishes running his course. I'm going to have to find some place to hide him. A safe haven, then knock the lights out of myself so I don't have to experience this horrible day. That's the perfect thing. I must prepare now. Don't go to the festival. Okay. Later, dude. The door slowly closes with a creak, and I don't know how I feel about what Kenji just said. It's just unsettling. Now I have to feel doubtful myself. Should I bother going? I've got a book I've been meaning to read. Something about an underground postal system that may or may not exist. It's short, too. I could have it finished today. Would that be a good way to spend my time? Yeah, it definitely would be. But I suppose it'd be a better idea to head outside. See the festival. Try to integrate with all the sideshow acts. Honestly, I should at least make an attempt to keep up with a somewhat friendly personality I've had the past week. Maybe get something to eat. My stomach suggests it's almost lunchtime. I could at least grab something from one of the stalls outside. Well, I was expecting a choice, you know that? I'm soon outside, surrounded by various students and people who may or may not be their parents. Every so often I catch a glimpse of someone who clearly just came out from town for the promise of a festival. They're easy to spot. The ones who can't stop staring behind their eyes. You can tell they're thinking, now what's wrong with this one? I almost want to yell at them. Yeah, they're... Hey, don't mock my heart as autism. I have the power of one for all. Probably shouldn't have said that. But at the same time...
Cute, kid. That's cute.
Can I deny I've been doing the same thing all week? A wave of something like disgust sweeps over me. Guilt of my own narrow-mindedness. Oh man, look, that looks really good. Those pixels. I pushed the thought... Huh?
Can't even tell what those are. Those are hot dogs. And
Kind of looks like ramen. Or something that's supposed to be... Or maybe a bowl of potato chips. In soup.
potato chip soup?
That kind of looks like a corn dog right here. You see where my mouse is?
Oh yeah, like those.
And this looks like french fries. And this just like beer. And that's a woman over here
That
going...
one, yeah, that's a Japanese lady.
She's like, you want some beer? And look, hey, you can plainly tell that's Coke right there though, right? Because of the red label. And the red cap.
Orange juice, and then water, and there's green tea, and then there's water, and then there's...
Water, and water, and water, and a panda, and a snow cone. I push aside the thoughts, concentrating on the pains of hunger that burn my gut like a wildfire. The scent of something fried leads me to the promised land where I can get some lunch. I'm just getting my order, but a loud voice interrupts me.
Hey, what the hell are you doing here?
Having a break, lunch.
Breakfast? You mean you just got up?
Suddenly sleeping all morning feels like a crime. No, I mean, lunch. Honest, she's not buying it. Brunch?
It's not a healthy breakfast at all.
She snatches my food out of my hand and glares at me. What the hell is this girl doing? Hey, that's my breakfast!
What happened to it being your lunch?
That's my... whatever, it's my food! Emmy places her hands on her hips and begins lecturing me.
Did you really forget your dietary plan already? You need to be more conscious of your health, Isao.
I just like to note that in real life, I have my hands on my hips right now.
What about your heart?
What, just doing that to get more into the character?
Yeah.
My heart's fine the way it is. Mostly. All I get in response is a roll of the eyes.
I doubt that.
I feel like you actually rolled your eyes.
You wouldn't be here if that was the case, would you?
The girl's got a point, of course, but I'm not about to concede it. It's not that bad of a heart. Certainly it can handle a little grease every now and then. Yeah, sure, and it handle a little running just fine too. Emmy seems unconvinced. Not surprising, as I haven't even managed to convince myself.
Maybe, but not if you're sleeping the day away all the time.
Alright, Dawn, see you later. We got married because of you.
Bye, Dawn.
A devious look suddenly crosses her face.
Of course, if you've been following a routine from the beginning, you wouldn't be in this situation.
Hey, I've had a pretty eventful weekend, no. For example, I almost died. And then there was a lot of meeting people, and then I was on a roof for a while.
Which is no excuse for slacking off, you know. A little near-death experience is no excuse for skipping basic exercise.
That's horrible. That's so insensitive.
Like running in the morning.
She nods as if something important had just been decided.
So it's settled then. You've seen the error of your ways and are willing to team, right? I'll see you bright and early in the morning. We'll be running buddies.
You know, you've already convinced me yesterday that this was a good idea. You don't need to convince me again. Not that I good idea of being convinced. She's right about eating healthy after all, and here I am ordering something grossly unhealthy. But it's delicious. There are more important things than deliciousness, aren't there? Like staying alive. If Emmy were here browbeating me for my poor decision, I'd probably... Hey, wait a second. I suddenly springs to mind. Why the hell have you taken such an interest in my well-being? Emmy shrugs and grins at me.
Hey, you're the new guy. I figure you don't have any friends yet, right? Because I've caused you trouble all week, right? I owe you for not getting angry.
Well, considering she ran me down in the hallway. And
According to Kenji, a well-placed flying tackle.
Yep. And she also, because of her, I nearly died. For the second time.
And I told the nurse I would anyway.
Crazy little running girl wants to make me help. Oh, I suppose there are worse days. Okay, that sounds fine. Thanks for your concern. Tomorrow morning now. I figure that ends the conversation, so I turn to leave.
Not so fast.
Don't you go fast all the time though?
Gotta go fast.
I feel a hand on my collar, and in a second I've been yanked backwards. Hey, no need to be so rough. What do you want now? Emmy looks almost wounded by my annoyed question.
Thought you could use the company.
Her eyes narrow.
Besides, you were going to try sneaking some fried crab, weren't you?
Well, I wasn't going to, but now she mentioned it would have been a really good idea. I was not! Another glare. Okay, maybe I was going too early. The glare continues. Okay, a lot. Jesus, I'm a danger to myself and others, aren't I? I get done agreeing that I need to be healthier and immediately start considering the next unhealthy habit that comes my way.
I knew it. You can't be trusted. Now I definitely have to stick with you.
The whole situation feels silly. I can only imagine what passerby thinks the sight of me being lectured by a tiny girl half my size. Maybe I should just give up for now. Fine. Do what you like. I sigh. Might as well make the best of this. What do you want to do? Emmy thinks about it for a minute.
Well, I promised Rin I'd stop by her mural. So let's do that.
I confess I'm slightly curious as to how our mural turned out myself, so again, I consider there are worse fates.
I wish a cute girl was there for my workout.
I give a nod of absence and find myself almost dragged bodily through the crowd as Emmy races to our destination. That is creepy. By the time we reach the dorms, I can feel my heart pounding. My heart shouldn't be pounding after just that. I take a few deep breaths, willing myself to calm down. I'm one of the most normal-looking people in the school, but still I have to be here. Sometimes I almost wish I had lost a hand or something. At least it'd be more obvious that I belong here. But then I don't even look sick. Even now, trying to catch my breath, I just look out of shape. Emmy looks back and notices my state of distress.
You're not going to die on me, are you? Please don't. It'll be all my fault, and I don't want to deal with that kind of guilt. Besides, after last time, I really don't think I need to see that again, especially because the nurse will totally say it's all my fault.
But it is your fault. No, I'm fine.
Don't make me pout.
She is right now. Look at her. Guess I need to start running after all.
And you wanted to keep eating your greasy whatever it was. See? It's a good thing I found you, right? Winky face.
Yeah, it was. Maybe. Of course I don't have to add that I wouldn't be in this state if she hadn't dragged me across the festival grounds. Further conversation is interrupted by the sudden appearance of Rin. Oh, it's you. Hello, Amy.
Hey, Rin, I brought Isao along because he was gonna give a heart attack.
I was not. My addition goes unnoticed.
We stopped by to see how the mural turned out.
Ren nods slowly. Well, it's right there. You can see it pretty clearly. I find myself wondering how long Rin's been standing in front of the mural. Has anyone even stopped by to look at it? Are we the first ones? Obviously, we weren't the first ones to see it, of course. I mean, it's pretty big. You'd have to be hard-pressed not to see it. At the same time, I don't think anyone's actually talked to Rin about it. Anyone but
You
us.
know who hasn't seen this mural? Lily.
Oh, God. Same thing with Kenji. Because he'd have to get really close up. I feel compelled to say something. Huh?
He doesn't leave his room.
Never. I don't even know if he's probably worse than Hanako about class. It looks pretty good. I'm still not happy with how it turned out. I guess it'll do. She seems almost resigned to it. I'm not sure what she expected as a result, but she didn't quite get there. It's creepy. We stand in front of the mural, taking it all in. I try my best to concentrate on the composition of the whole thing. It's quite actually interesting. Crows swoop and blend, dragging me along with them. Is that not creepy to you?
That's not heart autism. That's brain autism right there.
So, just autism? There's a dreamlike quality to the whole thing that makes me almost feel sleepy. I try hunting out some of the colors Amy and I grabbed for her. Tries in my head, I can't see any of the Prussian blue. Oh well.
Is that a nipple?
And there's a mouth right above it.
Demonetized. Oh,
Yep.
demonetized.
I don't even
Where's
have
McCree?
monetization.
Where's McCree?
Now that's only for the really loot stuff. That's art. I feel my feet start to hurt, but Rin doesn't seem to inclined to move on. Emmy speaks up.
Hey, Rin, have you eaten?
Of course, you can't survive otherwise.
What about in the past 5 hours?
Maybe, but I'm hungry again. So maybe that means I'm wrong. Emmy grins and claps her hands together.
Good. Come get food with us.
Ren nods and asks. Okay, but we should hurry before they notice I'm gone. Somehow I don't think they'd care, whoever they are. As we head back to the food stalls, I cast a long yard with the fried food. No, I better not. I'm pretty sure Emmy wouldn't let me anyway. We find a nice spot in the grass and sit down to eat our purchases. Well, my purchases anyway. Somehow I wind up paying for all the food. Surprisingly, my Android food is pretty good. But silence falls as Emmy and I eat, and Rin stares at something or other, occasionally eating a bite or two of her food. I finish my meal first and lay back in the grass. Emmy glanced up from her food.
Tired, Isao?
A little, I guess.
Well, don't oversleep or anything tomorrow morning. We start our morning runs, remember? Winky face.
Actually, they slipped my mind. I was actually just enjoying myself. Wandering around the festival with these two has actually been fun. Yeah, I'll set an alarm.
You'd better be there. I'll get angry if you want.
God forbid. No, she'll just pout. I don't think God comes into it. Unless there's some kind of freak accident and your alarm shorts out. That might be a random act of God.
Well, don't cause any random acts of God then.
A plan forms itself in my mind. It's a plan to make me kind of guilty, but I throw it into execution anyway. Damn it, I've earned at least a little fried food. Anyway, I'm going to start running tomorrow, right? So the actual routine all starts then, not now. Ergo, the dietary portion starts tomorrow too. Ergo, I can have something unhealthy today. As a sort of final world, all the stuff I used to eat with wild abandon before the hospital. Actually, I suppose I should get back to my room. I had some homework to do, and if I'm going to run in the morning, I should make it an early night. Those narrowed eyes again.
You sure you're not just going to sneak off and buy some of that fried stuff over there?
Nah, I'm too full to bother now. I pat my stomach for emphasis. Besides, you two have cleaned me out anyway. Emmy giggles a surprisingly pleasant sound. Another pang of guilt. She's got to know that I'm lying to her, doesn't she? Or is she just that trusting? I kind of feel like a monster.
It's all part of my master plan, he sound. Winky face. Well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow morning then.
So her master plan is to make me feel guilty?
I think she was referring to the fact that you have no money because you spent all the food on her.
Yeah. Thanks for the food and keeping us company. And here I thought she was doing me a favor. Red nods in agreement. I won't say see you tomorrow because that would be like predicting the future. And I'm pretty sure I can't do that. Okay. Bye, you two. I feel oddly glad that I decided to leave my room today. Not a bad way to start my second week here, I suppose. Okay, once I'm out of Emmy's line of sight, make a beeline for the food stands and buy some cake. At least it's not fried, right? It's slightly better than I was planning to do. I still feel bad about lying to Emmy, though. She really does seem concerned about my health. I'll make it up to her somehow. Better head back to my room. Hey, I do have work to do. My book waits for me, and I flop in my head reading through the fireworks display. Eventually, all the walking, or more accurately, running around, catches up with me. I'm really out of shape. Emmy dragging me out in the morning to run might just be a good thing after all. It's something to look forward to. Did I actually eat the cake?
Alright. I think we're here.
There it is.
It is. Oh.
Hey, look, it's me. Damn. She's the Flash.
She's not in the mood or running. I'm disappointed.
Is this where I die? Look at her face. It's gonna kill you inside. There you go. I'm torturing you just because I can.
Oh my god, that's so adorable.
I like how I love the animation they did. It's so beautiful. Like the animation.
Love her bloomers.
So this is the introduction that I made it into her route.
Yep.
She's wearing thigh. No, she's not wearing thigh highs. It looked like it for a second. Act 2, form.
I like that picture.
Oh my god. At least it's not the. It's lewd, but it's not bad lewd.
There we go. Central stopping point.
That is a good stopping point. Because now we're officially on the Emmy route.
I've been bothering everyone I live with. I need to face for hours now.
Are you dying inside?
Oh man, why does Emmy have to be so cute?
When we actually get more into her route, it's gonna kill you inside, isn't it?
Especially when we get to the lewd scene.
Well, they won't see it, we will. Because McCree, the final vanguard against looting, is here.
I'm so disappointed you didn't pick a lewd McCree picture to use as the censor for the lewd.
Do you want me to find a lewd McCree? Is that what you want? Do I need to be flagged for lewdity?
I don't know, man.
Shirtless McCree. That's probably as far as I'd go.
There we go. That's the final Vanguard.
Because, you know what? Hold up. Let's see. Actually, I'll pick out one. No, actually, I could find one right now. Let's see. Behold, my mini tabs. Let's see. Where is it? That's the one I want. Let's see. Let's do Google Maps on it. There we go. Let's see.
To search for shirtless McCree on the map.
Yes. Oh, that's actually a search!
Oh my god.
There, how about that?
The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 results.
That's actually a skin.
Wow, I didn't think.
Look, out of white McCree.
Why is he chubby?
And look, there's Hanzo.
I don't. Why is?
Alright, you pick one then. How about that?
Alright. Scroll up. The one with the orange square in the background.
This?
Yeah, boy. Yeah. Oh man, that's beautiful.
Hold on. Properties. Image. Where is it? Here we go. There, now it should be in the corner. And he's... Oh, let's see. Let me minimize it. You'll see it on the stream in a sec.
Oh man, why do you listen to what I have to say? I'm a bad influence.
You are a horrible influence. Just god awful.
Look at that McCree.
Look, there you go. Look.
That's a nice McCree right there.
That is that the true final Vanguard against looting lollies?
Yeah, no looting lollies on this stream. Only grown men.
My stream's gonna get shut down by YouTube, I swear to God.
You'll go down a legend.
For having lewd McCree.
You can come back as Hudson Man the Third.
No, I'm gonna have no. My comeback will be known as the Huddening. When I return, you're gonna hear a slew of trumpets and just a loud, annoyed voice yell, "Begin the Huddening." But you know it's that special time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ahem. I do hope you guys enjoyed this stream as always. If you did, come back for the next stream. Maybe you're not this guy, person, lolly lover will be here.
Hello.
He's a lolly lover and he's...
I have a problem.
Yeah,
I
it's
have
called...
several.
Yeah, and now, you know what? You can add even more so of being a betrayer to your list.
NTR is a bad fetish.
Not that. You've betrayed Hanako.
Uh,
That's right. Feel bad. You betrayed Hanako.
Well,
But yeah, I do hope you guys enjoyed this stream as always. And alright, YouTube, Hudson Man 2 signing off. See you later, guys.
alright. I still have my 4 a.m. workout. Great.
And what time is it for you then?
It's not that bad. It's only 12.
4 hours of sleep. Nice.
That's a lot. Doctor recommended.
I've recommended it.
Alright.